Hello, everybody. Welcome today to another episode of the CLO-ROGAN podcast. Today, we have on the wonderful, lovely, DEMONCHUCKLE here for a lovely part 2 to our previous episode we did. We did an episode prior to this one. This is basically, we felt as though we didn't really get to talk about everything that we wanted to discuss, so we are back yet again with a, what would you call it? It's almost like a wrap-up episode. It's like a continued part so that we can wrap things up with a nice little bow. No, the impressions are turned off for the podcast stream because we're going to be focusing on chatting about stuff, so we don't want a whole bunch of distractions. But yeah, everybody welcome. Namington welcome. Zelos welcome. Marble and Gold, G-Pool, and Nibble. Welcome. Let's get a warm welcome for the lovely DEMONCHUCKLE. Let's pass it over. Oh. He's phased out still.
Hey.
Oh, there he is!
Nice.
Hey,
do you want to add some music? Or, and also, could you share your screen? It kind of helps with,
Oh, wait, I put it in the video, Ninja. Let me turn
hello,
that
everybody.
off. And then
How's it
put
going?
some. Oh, what?
We're gonna go through this whole thing. DEMONCHUCKLE, the debut, the movie,
Ooh.
the video game. No, not really, not the video game.
Here, talk to them while I figure some tech stuff out.
Yeah. So, hey, chat. So, we talked about the debut last time. And how many of you actually checked it out since, we brought it up? How many of you were enticed to see the story? I'm curious. Show of hands.
Show your hands! Do it!
They get clever. This helps. How you doing?
There we go.
What the fuck?
What?
Turn me for a loop. Oh, okay. Excellent. Let me go ahead and set this over here. This helps out. Let me. We had 2 hours to get ready, and we started talking for almost 2 hours.
I'm so sorry.
Is it your fault? No, it's both our faults.
Okay.
All right.
Can everybody hear the music okay? Is there any weird crackling? Put on a little bit of smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
Okay. I think we got it figured out. I think it's good.
Nice. Okay. I got all my windows perfectly set up.
Perfect. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Okay, cool. Nobody hears crackling.
I just feel like default smug right now.
It's a good expression. I like it.
Oh man, it is good. I can make so many more expressions. But I think I've already talked about my limitations. And they're mostly software limitations, not hardware. I mean, it's actually quite heavy on the hardware, but Well, and this thing doesn't work in layers. I actually have to make like separate images for every single state. Like every blink is like blink and opening my mouth and blinking and opening my mouth at the same time. Those are separate images.
I'm so curious about this. Does your model track your blinking, or is this something that is just like automated? Like, how does it work?
You really want to know?
Should we break the wall? Are we breaking the wall?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. This is I am Demon. I am the streamer. I am the normal boy. I am here.
Magical boy.
Yes. And no. We'll get into that. I think there are a lot of assumptions, but the lore is a little bit deeper. Yes. But it doesn't actually track my blinking.
Oh, really? How does it work?
It just randomly, like, it's just random.
Really?
It just blinks whenever it feels like at random intervals.
I love that. Makes it easy.
So it does make it easy, but also kind of breaks like using eye tracker.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure there's a way to put like facial tracking into PNG without like rigging, but just like changing the expressions naturally. But no one's coded it. And PNG isn't, I don't think it's going to be lucrative. No one's pushing it as far as I am. So the incentive to actually create a program that's so niche and specific, it's not really going to happen. Although I am very tempted to try to go to the developers for video to MIDI or bonk. Bonk uses layers. That's a lot more fitting for me. Unfortunately, bonk doesn't take MIDI controls.
Oh.
And that sucks. And I need that.
Come on, bonk. Get your freaking poop together. Get it together.
Oh, they've been getting a lot of requests, but it's just simply the matter of the fact that not a lot of people are buying it. And it's just mostly an economic or business thing. But maybe they would be able to take a volunteer who has an invested interest in improving the program. Or maybe I just go to 2D Live or 3D and just not even think about it.
We'll figure it out someday.
We'll figure it out. I'm still making tweaks.
Hot Coco says, "How are you doing, you demon little chuckling, fuckling chuckle face?"
Oh my god. I think that was the one where I'm like what the what? Okay, but I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling happy. And I'm just ready to go and take on life. Just take it on. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm ready to have some challenges. I can't tell you. I am so happy. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. How about we just get straight into like the timestamps?
Okay.
Hey, Clover, or do we still want to do preliminary stuff?
Let's take. Oh, you know what? Let's actually see if anybody has any questions from the last stream or something. Like,
yes.
Did anybody have any questions for Chuckle at all before we kind of hop into some debut stuff? Because that's kind of where we left off, and that's kind of where we want to pick back up. But I'm curious if anybody has like any questions since the last stream, like if you thought of anything or thought of something just now. I don't know.
Who watched it after?
Yeah, did anybody actually go and check out the debut, even just like skimming through it, or I'm curious. Let's see.
Yes.
Lane says talk about flying fish. That's not in the schedule for today. Unfortunately, no fish here. No flying. I mean, well, Chuckle can fly, but you know.
Yes. He has no. Well, yes and no. He can float. he doesn't know how to fly like Nanaha.
Oh.
He doesn't have that amount of control. He more like hovers and then like sputters and like whoa, 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 you know, and kind of like nearly crashes into things. That's why he's playing Ace Combat. That's why we're gonna show him what it really means to fly, and maybe crash and burn and explode.
Oh. Poor fella. Poor Smella. Evil demon. Zello says, I lost my hands in the meme wars of 2012. Pony took them.
What?
Help!
Help!
Help! Well, it looks like, nope, it doesn't look like anybody has any questions.
Yes.
So I guess let's just hop into it.
Yes. I mean, we both want to get through this. We both excited, and we both know we're gonna get so distracted. But it's a good time, right?
Honestly, it's true.
Yes. All right. So, let's see. Let me go ahead and grab the timestamp of 147.
Oh, you're almost at 300. Did you know? 300
Yes.
followers.
I try not to think about that too much. I appreciate. It's good news. It's Dunbar too. So that means I'm gonna have to have another community celebration specifically because of that. Because I work with Dunbar numbers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, 100 is actually pretty small. If you really think about that. So, let me think. That clip. Let's see. What was that link? What did I send you? So, just hold it off to the side because that right there is a helicopter scene. Okay? And, you know, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, right? Then we got. I already showed you about the one with the guy's face, but I think let's go to 251.
Oh. Zelos asks, what are Dunbar numbers?
Okay, so Dunbar is something. Okay, Dunbar numbers is a phrase I made up, but Dunbar is a real word. And the Dunbar number is 150, which is the theoretical limit of maximum number of healthy relationships a human being can have and maintain. So that's when things start getting parasocial as a streamer. Because my ability to actually be able to keep track and maintain all the relationships has exceeded that number. You know, there's more people who've come and stopped by the stream and know my existence than my ability to keep track of them. It kind of sucks, but it's just kind of the nature of it. But it's like you're a big enough streamer that there are more people who know you than you can even keep track of. And not many people get to have that experience.
Very true. Very, very true. It's, difficult to say the least.
What do you mean?
To, remember people.
Oh, not that. Not that one. Yes, it can be a challenge. Hold on. Need to reset the. There we go. Let's drop this in. That's the number 11. That is not. That's not what I want. There we go. We get here. All right. So this is roughly where where things were a little bit left off where we were, but I'm just reiterating a little note with the guy's face.
Computer's struggling.
Understandable. Would you consider all followers after 150 to equal that limit, or 150 regular viewers be that the limit? Regular viewers would definitely be that limit. But for follows, it's still manageable. It's just, when someone who hasn't come by for a while and they come back and they're like, "Yo, hey, what's up? It's good to see you." And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?
Oh.
What?" Um, Look at comment history. Yo, how's your cat?
I
Like,
always forget
oh
that that
yeah,
exists. Comment
yeah. Thanks. I'm
cat
so glad you
history.
talked about my cat. I'm like, that's so pog. I'm lying. Oh my god, I can't keep this. I just gotta be honest.
I'm so
That was like the
sorry.
first. That's like the only time I ever lied. Just like, but I also don't want to say who the fuck are you. I don't know. But anyway, mm,
Anyway,
how's that link?
okay. Link is good. So
All
let
right.
me.
How
Oh,
about I like tell you the timestamps because I think loading it might actually take it longer.
okay. What
Yes.
timestamp? Or actually,
Well,
yeah. If
no,
you
just
could just.
continue where continue where that was marked, or
Okay.
which one was that?
This one's at
Play it.
147.
Actually, go to 251.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
All right.
Ah,
So you see the guy's face like in the banner on the building.
yes.
Okay. So if we go to 257,
Okay, you ever feel like
that face actually disappears.
being
What?
There's a reason I brought attention to that.
Wait, what? What is happening?
It's
Why?
the same banner.
But why? Why does it change?
Well, why do you why do you think it changed?
Oh no.
Remember, there's hallucinations.
Oh my god, that's right. You hallucinate throughout the game, huh? Like, I remember you told me about how there would be, like, enemies or people that were, like, not actually there.
Yeah, they don't even exist.
So
And it's
you're just
also
like,
completely clear at the end of the game that there are whole scenes that are completely fabricated in your character's mind. Let's move ahead
wow.
to 331.
There we go.
So I'm kind of just touching off little Easter eggs here and there.
Hmm.
So if you look up, there's the guy's face again. Whose face is that?
Is that the character's face?
No, it's not the character.
Who is that?
Hmm. Maybe it will become more recognizable by the end.
Oh.
All right. So let's go to 337. Oh, actually, hold it here.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
it. Um, this is actually quite interesting because there's another Easter egg going on, and it's on the wall. And I was kind of hoping that someone or would point it out. So there's like under the sand, the pavement.
Hmm.
That's I believe that's based on a song.
Oh.
Um, let's see. I think it had something to do with ba, 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 ba. Uh, oh yeah, there's also that says there is no man righteous, not one. That's a biblical reference.
Hmm.
Specifically Romans 3:10, chapter 3, verse 10 to 12. Uh, it goes on like, none is righteous, no, not one. No one understands, no one seeks for God. All have turned aside, together they have become worthless. No one does good, not even one. And that's the whole script. And let's see. For under the sand, the pavement, this graffiti appears to be a reference to the Paris riots in 1968, where one of the rally cries used in the protest was "Solus de Pave la Plague," or "Under the pavement, the beach." Now, it's quite fitting for Dubai because, there's lots of water, even though it is in the desert and there's a
Hmm.
beach. But the graffiti is a play on the phrase, and what's it called? It's about human property being reclaimed by nature. So let's see. And then there's like other parts that says Willie Pete was here.
Who's Willie Pete?
Willie Pete is if you get the first letters, Willie, W, and then you got Pete, okay? That's WP.
Mm.
WP is also shorthand for white phosphorus, which is a major theme or very important weapon that comes across that we will see soon.
Can you explain what that is?
Oh, you don't know what white phosphorus is?
I don't know.
But you saw what it did in game, right?
I think this might have genuinely been the part where I had to take a break because it got pretty heavy.
Oh no.
So there was like a bit where I actually tuned out. I was like, this is overwhelming.
Okay. You're gonna be in for a surprise.
Oh no.
Because the most notorious you actually skipped out on the most notorious scene in Spec Ops.
What?
Yes. No joke. I mean, to be fair, it's a good thing you stepped out because this scene has broken some people. Well, not like broken, but they're like, okay, that's enough video game for today. This week.
What?
So
have we come across?
I'll tell you what phosphorus. I will tell you what. Huh?
Have we passed?
Phosphorus?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. You wanna pass it?
Or no. I said, have we come to that scene yet? Or
no? But
no. Okay.
I think leaving the footage playing in the background as I explain will be fine.
Okay.
So, because we will see white phosphorus played a little bit, and then we'll skip to the scene. So, white phosphorus is phosphorus. A certain kind of version of phosphorus is like red phosphorus, which is a lot more stable, right? You find that on matches, and white phosphorus is a very unstable version. It's often used in let me see, smoke grenades, flash grenades, because they chemically react with moisture and oxygen in the air very violently. And they also create their own oxygen. So you can have white phosphorus burn underwater and completely buried because it will create flames on its own and continue to burn entirely, completely until it's done. Nothing can stop it. Let's see. It's also very sticky. It also acts like a poison. So think of like napalm. It acts like napalm, but it's also like, if you survive it, it seeps into your bones and weakens them and poisons your bloodstream. Getting a little bit on you is easily fatal, or can lead to chronic disease.
Oh.
It's a very terrible way to go. To feel like there's. It's actually really devastating. It's a war crime to use them on civilians or even military personnel. Like, the only time you'd really use white phosphorus is to destroy your own equipment to make sure that no one can use it. But it's mainly used like in other equipment adjacent, like smoke grenades. They just make that much smoke. They're just that effective. Getting on your body is like, if it dropped on your shoulder, it will burn all the way down. If it gets into your arm, it will burn through your arm and out the other side if it could.
That's kind of
it's terrifying.
Horrific.
It's terrifying. It is horrific. It is absolutely horrific. Oh, stop here.
Oh, okay.
So, in this scene, I actually find an item I've never come across before. That's actually like a lootable item. I have played this game like 20 times and I've never came across that item.
What the hell? What is it?
Yeah.
Radio Man tape?
Yeah, it's actually a tape. It actually tells lore that I've never known. So they were talking about, so leading up in the fight that we were just like, as my guy was fighting, I moved the view of the camera to point to a sign, but I try not to go ahead and like have it directly in view. I mean, like in the middle of the screen, because like I'm aiming at targets. But there's a sign that says like water supply here, food and water and shelter. If you want, you can go back to see it, but this is actually the rally point for the refugees. There were hints telling us that this is where refugees go for shelter.
Oh.
Do you want to see the sign, or you just take my word for it?
I'll take.
I mean, I just feel like I want to
it.
Okay. Anyway.
Wait. I have a hot cocoa. I think. Can you give a quick recap? Hot Cocoa is asking how Spec Ops played a part in your debut stream. Can you give a quick summary of
that's
what
actually
happened?
Very important. So that's actually spoiler. I wanted a game that criticized and hated the player. I wanted a game that wanted to express the kind of feelings I had for myself and my character. It's mainly the end scene that played a part in the lore that was so heavy and was just very fitting. I always wanted a story, or wanted to create a story where the antagonist turns on you and actually just says, listen buddy, you think you're the good guy, but really it was your own heroism that actually makes you the villain, you know. It was really the dialogue, and this was the kind of like theme that existed in my writing like as a kid growing up, and it was very fitting. It's very similar to how Demon and Chuckle have a conversation. It's a mirror. Like, the message that the game has for the player is the same message that Demon has for Chuckle. Or, in another sense, it's the kind of message I often tell myself. It's very cynical, it's like, oh, you're a bad person, by the way. I mean, I don't feel the same way anymore, but I mean, through the process, through this expression, through this process of like having this catharsis, I'm much better now. I don't think I'm an evil person anymore. I just think, oh shit, I'm actually being a good person. Oh I have responsibilities. But yeah, that's how it generally plays into it.
Thank you for the explanation. But Pie Never Die says, a game that criticizes and hates the player? Sounds like Genshin Impact. Love that. I've never played Genshin Impact, but...
Well, Spec Ops is a lot more straightforward than that. It actually on some of the you don't see the loading scenes because I glitch out, but it says like, do you even know why you're here? And one of my favorite ones was like, I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. It says, to kill for yourself is murder. To kill for your country is patriotic. To kill for entertainment is harmless. And we're playing a video game.
Oof. Gotta love it. Gotta love the hard
the
hitting.
idea. Yes. Yes. Anyway, let's proceed.
Yes.
So so this is actually like a video, an audio tape of the radio man explaining about just how bad the weather is, and I'll just skim over it, but it says like the sand that flies through the air is actually going at 80 miles an hour. It will shatter glass, tear your flesh, and fill your lungs. And he goes on to saying that what's it called? The atrocities that the colonel committed were basically that people wanted to get water and they were struggling to get it, just like hoard it or something. They were supplying it. The people rushed to get it. And because order was falling apart, he had to like kill them and execute them to establish order. Because if they got the water, how would they know that they would even share it or just hoard it for themselves? They need to make sure it gets distributed to everyone. That might cause some losses, but it's a survival situation. Bad things are gonna happen, and it probably broke the colonel. And I wasn't aware of that until literally just getting that piece of information. I just assumed he was just like some vague, like dark criminal act. I was actually even thinking he might even be a metaphor of the player's consciousness, which is actually not too far away, because they never explain in game other than this one tape exactly why he feels or thinks so badly of himself. Anyway, all right, okay, we're getting started. Let's move on. Let's move on. But yeah, now you know about Willie Pete, and now you know about the scene and the leading up to what's it called? Well, what's next?
I have a quick question before we move on. So you said that this is the first time you found this. Did you expect to find this while you were in your debut?
No.
This was just totally
it was just totally natural. Like sometimes I found stuff during playthroughs where like during practice we're like, oh, I actually never picked this up. Like I was never playing the game for the achievements. So until like maybe at the end, but I never bothered to actually go out and look for hidden objects. I just saw this blinking thing and like, huh. I mean, on one of my playthroughs, there was another one where it's like another tape near a shrine or like a memorial to the 33rd, to the damn 33rd, and it was very somber. It would have been perfect. Every lore piece was like a perfect piece that would be great for stream. It's just that like I just opened it. I just happened to miss that one little piece of tape.
That's cool.
And actually, even though I pretend that I never played it before, if someone was observant, they would realize my progress bar is like 90% on item collection. And that's the first item I picked up in the entire stream, so.
Wow.
But of course, anybody who's actually played the game would know that I'm a little bit too particular about how I'm moving throughout the environment. They'd know like, oh, so you pick Lugo to be the stand-in for chat. I see.
It's all planned. It's all thought out.
It's all part of the plan. So let's move on. Let's move on. This is me just like kind of like reacting to it. Like deep inside, I'm like being killed there. Oh my god, it's so terrible. It must have broken him. It's so sad. I understand now. Anyway.
We're getting a live reenactment. It's like a live dub of your own debut.
Yes. I mean, there's some stuff I practice. So actually, if you pull back a little bit.
Okay.
Well, actually, I mean, this was an interesting scene, but you see the phosphorus raining from the sky, I'm like, oh my god, right? But it's not entirely important. But the scene, I mean, this is just a good scene of itself, but it's not important for the whole conversation. So let's move on.
Okay.
Let me see here. What time are you on right now?
I'm at 3:41.
341. Go to 348. And this is... Oh, wait. You actually... No, you actually didn't see this, so I actually need to explain. Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go back to the part let's see. A little more. Let's go back before the white phosphorus lands.
About here?
Yes, because since you haven't seen this, I kind of want to see your reaction, what your thoughts.
Oh.
But that whole tunnel is filled with dead and dying people.
What?
Yes. We have a moment here.
No.
Okay, you can skip a little bit ahead.
Oh my god. Wait, are these the bodies?
Yes.
There's flies everywhere? Or is this
Yes.
ash?
Could be ash. It could be sand.
Oh my god. Oh, this is disturbing.
It is. Move. Just skip
This
ahead.
guy's moving still.
I told you he's still alive. Oh my god. Okay, no. Oh my goodness. I'm getting your reaction. 10 seconds back. So, this is our first in-game encounter in Phosphorus. You might hear me go, oh my god. I kind of wish I had the dynamic lighting here because it would have been perfect. Okay, now we can go back to where we were.
Okay.
Yeah, it got really heavy. So while we're here, we come across to our target, or at least the guy that was going to help us, because he got captured. And we had to decide whether or not we want to rescue civilians, or if we want to rescue him. The easiest path is actually the one I chosen, to rescue the civilians. Because the guards basically leave. They torture a civilian to go ahead and try to torture the guy. No, actually, they don't just torture. They torture a civilian and execute the civilian in front of the guy to get him to confess information.
This is so sad.
It is. Move along. Proceed. So, like, the two guys were saying, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta, like, help the civilians. No, we gotta get this guy. He's gonna help us get out of here. Come on. All right. So, when we actually succeed in helping the hostages, but because you won't see it here, all the soldiers, all the guards, there's like an entire army behind the wall out there. To see that ATV like in the background? There's like if you fail the rescue, there's like 30 soldiers, maybe 50 soldiers. Like a huge fight that I definitely don't want to do. And it just never happens. It's probably one of the few times in the game where I notice that there's something really surreal here. Like it's so quiet and then nothing happens. But if you make one mistake, the hornet's nest come out. But everyone around here, it's like there's only two guys. One mistake, then it's like an army. It's weird. It's weird. But in context to the whole story, it does make a lot of sense. Now, I will say there's a little cute part here, a little cute, embarrassing thing for me to be in character. But, like, if you go to 348, or let's see, when are you? 340? Are you at 347?
Yes.
I'll go to 348. So, like, I had to go, this was like actually the last call for the bathroom because we start going for really crazy immersion. This was sort of like my last official out of character thing because I set out like we need a point in which, like, if you check my notes, no bathroom breaks, no drinking, no nothing.
Oh no. Did you pee your pants?
No. What? How could you say that?
I don't know.
No. But I just figured, like, last call, like, drinks right there. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go over here and glitch out.
Such a cool effect.
Thank you. I mean, like, I was thinking having that scene come up, and it was like, you know, usually in a situation like this, there's a little bit of humiliation involved. Where it's like, there's no bathroom, so you just gotta do it in a corner. Not gonna obviously do it on stream, but I can imply it. Where it's like, we're in character enough where it's like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna do my business here. Okay, I'm gonna go. No looking, no peeking. Anyway, but it'd be like that. And it's like, it's a really weird, surreal moment because it's like, does my character know he's on stream? Or does he know that he's stuck in the reality? You know, this is like the real threshold between, like, the story of whether or not, like, DEMONCHUCKLE is actually in the meat space or in the digital space. And I think it's fair to say that right now because, well, that's the end. We had the final conclusion. We're gonna get to that, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. DEMONCHUCKLE is no longer a streamer. He's in the game. This is just sort of the part where we reached a halfway point, where this is the last time he might have gone to the bathroom in real life. Possibly.
Everything is so thought out. I can't express that enough. Like, I think it's so freaking cool how much you thought this out and you were able to kind of keep in character even when it's something like going to the bathroom or I don't know. It's just I'm just so impressed with the whole thing, really.
Thank you. I really thought about for me it's the little things that make something stand out, you know, and little moments can tell a story. I can say like the big things, right?
Yeah.
But I've like going through and practicing gave me the ideas about how things are going on, the different movements, where I'm looking, what I'm shooting. There's also just playing the game, right? But it's between the gunfights on how I can be in character. A lot of things on stream, like when it comes to clips, people like to clip the big offense, and like I'm good, right? But I always like the little subtle things, So I make a lot of clips, but of course that takes a lot of time and stuff. But anyway, if you go ahead like 30 seconds or a minute. So I had a note here to double check on the audio or the alert box, because this is also the part where we take off the alert box because the tone of the story, the tone of the stream changes dramatically into a very, very dark tone. And we need to make sure that we didn't get any raids or bits or follows happening at the exact same time of like the notorious scene.
Yeah, it'd be kind of awkward if something really tragic is happening and then it's like bing bada bing bing.
Exactly. We need, like, I was very concerned about how I was going to do this scene, how I was going to sell it, the believability, the shock, the horror, and build up to it, and avoid any kind of like having the moment being spoiled with lulls. Because the character, Chuckle, he's gonna be he's devastated. But if chat's laughing and having a great time, they're not there with him. It needs to be a rough ride. It needs to be It needs to be a bad time.
Gotta keep the immersion going.
Yeah. And because this is also the last scene, or like right before the immersion really starts kicking in, this is also the last time I talk to my mods, like, and I openly say, oh, is the alert box working? Doesn't seem to be working. Oh well, we have to keep moving. The stream must go on. And then like they tell me, yeah, it stops working. And I'm like, that's the good sign. That's like, yes. The alert box is no longer working. Perfect. Oh well. Yes. This is part of me. Okay, so okay, go back.
Oh.
So I practiced this scene so many times, and it makes me mad because the one time I practiced it,
oh
I
no.
fuck up.
What's messed up about it?
The order of how I did things. So there's an ammo box right there, and the goal was to not pick it up. I pick it up first. The goal was to pick it up later. That was my mistake, because the reason is, if you check out the tree, see how it's nice and green and lush? And I stop here and I realize I fucked up. I made a mistake. Let me check the team.
Wait, what? Is that another hallucination?
Yep. It's another hallucination. Oh, isn't that strange? A white transition. What's happening here? What does this mean?
There's so many like subtle things that I don't even know if I would. Oh my god. I don't even know if I would notice just on my own. But when you point them out,
you notice
it's
it
crazy.
on multiple playthroughs. It
That's
is crazy.
insane.
This game is insane. It's a work of art. It's beautiful and it's like disgusting horribleness. So even the dialogue is actually written in some sense of the way my stream is. Like, we gotta go ahead and use this weapon. We don't have any choice. No, we have a choice. No, we really don't. So in the situation in real life, you probably do have a choice. Don't bond them. Don't use it. But in game, the game literally cannot continue. So it's almost as if the game is saying, you don't have a choice. You have to do this.
No.
So this is when I start adding in the extra filters. The dynamic filter comes in, and the CTV filter also comes in. I was a little late, but people will be in the moment that they won't really notice all too much.
Okay, I would not have even noticed. I think that's perfectly.
So there's a metaphor happening here. Let's pause. Or actually, no, let's continue. Yeah, let's leave it playing. So this is the moment where this game is is actually criticizing violence in video games. Because this is something sort of like Call of Duty. This is something that's sort of like real life combat with UAVs. And you are playing this game in first person. You're this particular screen. You're also seeing the main character's face in the monitor. Now, the reason I also use dynamic lighting is because we are now officially crossed the boundary between the 50% point. We're now more in the game. I can't even drink water. I can only drink water that exists in the world. And also, another added point is that the CTV filter added on also represents the fact that I'm actually in the screen now. I'm not separate from the game. I'm within the game.
So this is like when you're like really in it, like no more.
We have crossed the line of no return. This is Spec Ops' line. We all had to cross the line. This is my line. This is my VTuber's line. This is when the game crosses the line between being hero and villain. The moral boundaries. this is also the boundary between my character crossing between reality and the stream.
I love that you waited to use the dynamic lighting to better portray that. Like, you're symbolizing it more by adding the dynamic lighting now, as opposed to just like of always having it
Yes.
activated.
Yes, because I wanted to lure in, draw in the audience, bring him into the world. When I cross the line, when the character crosses the line, I want to take chat with me.
I still
So
can't.
this is the,
I can't get over that this was made in like what, 2012.
well, yeah.
This is
I mean,
insane.
it is a beautiful, visually stunning game, but it really is. Like, there's no other military shooter like it. Like, probably the closest thing you'll find would probably be something like This War of Mine. But This War of Mine has its moral message up front, but it's not a very unique message. War is bad. This right here is like, you know you love war, and that's why you're a terrible person. And that's different.
Definitely. I don't think I had ever seen any game like this before your stream. Like, we've talked about it before. I don't play a lot of shooters,
This is
especially
a very,
like,
even for a shooter, it's very strange. It's very weird.
yeah.
I mean, this is Call of Duty bait.
Mm.
This game is like, it honestly tries to entrap Call of Duty players, military, like, shooter junkies. They just want to play a game and just like get it done and over with. But this is a scene. This is the horrible scene where we realized that we didn't bomb an encampment of soldiers, but refugees, the people that were running, that were being taken away from the mall. This is where they are.
I just got giant chills.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then-
if you watch,
They make it so cinematic too. It's not like you're just walking through it. They're like, it's a whole scene.
they want to drive it. I mean, they want to rub it in your face.
Oh,
They
I have chills.
and actually, oh yeah. If you get ready for pausing,
Okay.
because I
Oh.
want to point something that happens right. Hold on. Here. Go back. When Lugo points. It's okay. You can use your mouse. You can use your arrow keys to move.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. It's 10 seconds back, 30 seconds forward. That's how it works. Right when Lugo points.
Right
He's
now.
like, this is your fault, damn it.
Oh, I see.
Who's he pointing to?
The player.
Yes.
It's not just the character you're playing. It's like straight up you.
Yes. That's the message. This is your fault, damn it. This is the player's fault. You did this. You killed the civilians. And of course, that's also why I placed my character on that side. Chuckle did this. He's not just pointing at the player, or he's also pointing at Martin, the player character. He's also pointing at Chuckle. He's also pointing at Chat.
Chat is literally right here.
Yes.
This was very intentional, the placement, wasn't it?
Actually, I didn't think about that, but now that you point it out, it might have been something incidental.
Oh.
But this is like, okay, maybe this might help this might also blow your mind, but before I started applying for a degree in computer science, before I decided that I want to do video games, I had a talent for cinematography. I could have gone into movie making. And also the first video I ever did in high school, I got like in like the county fair. It was like, it's not that's a whole county, city county, multiple cities, and I got best in class. So this is like some of my, like, this is one of the moments where I think about the cinematography and the placement and the symbolism and the message. And I just like, this is just part of the thought. This is one of the things that I feel very artful, where not only did the player character cross the line, but DEMONCHUCKLE crossed the line of reality, and then morality, and then the tone, the shift, and then I'm taking the audience with them. It just all comes together right here.
It's a very big moment. This is like
It's a big...
What would you call it? Like a critical moment.
It's a critical moment. This is one of those critical moments. And actually, immediately afterwards, I mean, I had to watch, because when I played this, what got me into this game was actually this scene. So I was long spoiled for it. So I had to watch a lot of reaction videos and try to emulate the words and reactions of other people who have genuinely never come across this scene before. And the guilt and the horror. I mean, there's this one girl who's like, yeah, get those fuckers. What? And then she gets here and it's like, no. She broke down, and I needed a balance between like being upset and silent. I mean, it's even though it's not really based on any real event, I had to make it real. And it is a very dark topic. And also, in the context of, well, what's actually happening in real life in Ukraine, I didn't want to make light of the seriousness of civilian casualties. So I wanted to think about that at that moment. It's almost ironic that there may be Russians who are actually experiencing whatever Martin, the player character, is going through, and actually experience that IRL. It's bizarre. Sort of like a Stranger Than Fiction kind of thing. Kind of like Death Stranding coming out on the PC during the pandemic. It's just like all its messaging and its themes just really resonated perfectly for the pandemic, about reconnecting society and how individualism was tearing society apart into, like, what do you call it, atomizing society. Yeah, that's the problem. It's called atomizing. So anyway, when you get the next firefight, literally the bad guys, who are at this point arguably not the bad guys, say, "Murderers! Dumb!" So they start calling you murderers instead of just like Delta Squad. Just straight up calling you like accusations and stuff. But Martin, like, I try to ride on Martin's denial, because in real life I would just kind of like stop playing, but if I never encountered this scene before, I'll just feel that bad. But of course the stream has to continue. has to continue. The story must continue. We can't end it. So let's go ahead and proceed to. Oh, actually, I think we got through all that part. So let me actually go through the scenes itself. Is chat enjoying this? Is this still?
It looks like we've got a couple of sads, but it seems like people are intrigued.
They're
Well,
intrigued. Good.
I want to say also, just for the record, from like an immersion point of view, of course you wouldn't be able to stop playing because it's not like what's the main character's name? Martin?
Martin, yeah. They only really say his name like very few times.
In all
I just
reality.
realized.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The way I remember is that I remember that his name is the same name of a friend I have in real life.
No. It makes me think about, especially from an immersion point of view, like a normal person just playing the game, they would experience something awful, right? And they'd be like, okay, that's enough of this game for today. Like I gotta take a break. But Martin, he's there. Like he can't just take a step away and be like, oh, I gotta take a break from this one. Like he's living this experience and he is here. Like there's no time for him to just stop and be like, I want to take a break. And in that regard, Chuckle is in that exact same position. So for you to just keep going, I think adds to that immersion. Like you've just witnessed something horrible, but you can't stop. You can't just leave. That this is what's happening right now to you.
Yeah, I crossed the line. I can't go back. That's the story. That said, though, Martin as a character he's well-intentioned but morally like corrupt. He thinks he wants to be a hero, but really he's a Spec Ops Delta operative. He's a trained killer. He specializes in killing. And what was it? What was it? He's a jarhead, like stereotypical jarhead, like protagonist. Like he's a video game protagonist in a game that doesn't need a video game protagonist.
Well, what is jarhead? What does that term mean?
Well, jarhead is what's the word? Another word for marine, but it might be a slang for like, it's like, hoorah, let's go. Yeah, let's go and blow up some bad guys. Yeah. You know, it's like juvenile, what's it called? Warmongering, badassery. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, yo, like, it's really the target audience for Call of Duty. Like, we're talking like classic action movie heroism. So he is as skilled as whatever Arnold Schwarzenegger character has like Arnold Schwarzenegger has ever played as a character or as an actor, or any other of those classic like action movie, what do you call them, stunt actors. You get the whole idea. Whoever like played in the Expendables. Yes, he has all the skills to do whatever the Expendables did, and he has the mindset of the people in the Expendables. Except, ironically though, the people in the Expendables have some measurement of humility and like common experience to know that war sucks. They're just really talented at the thing that makes them miserable. For Martin, he makes up reasons to keep going because he needs to. because he's in denial, which all comes to head at the end. That said, also, while you missed it, but I'm not sure if I really showed it, but there was another scene as we were rappelling down that there is a hanging body in a reflection. And it's on the left side. That's the side that Lugo hangs down from when he rappels down. It's a foreshadowing of Lugo's death. Note, white transition leading into this scene. So when did you come back?
I came back very briefly before I left again, and I know I hadn't seen this. It was a point where you had like just finished playing the game and you were moving on to something else, to a reveal.
Oh, wait, just finished the game?
Yeah, like you had finished the section of the stream where you were playing the game, and you were back in the room.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we're not gonna go ahead and go through every little detail up to it, because as much as this is a scene in which because it's a hallucination, our choices don't actually matter. But I do make a choice to go along with the theme of the story. If you move on ahead, like a minute or 5 minutes, there's like a desert storm that comes in. And I think that was one of my favorite moments where I really enjoyed playing with the scene and the lighting. And the lighting really becomes awesome when we get out of the storm and we hide in this bunker or this tube, this container. Yes, we're right there. And the lighting becomes very, very vivid.
Was it difficult?
If no one has noticed...
Sorry, go ahead.
If no one has noticed the dynamic lighting, they will definitely notice it here. Now, what was your question?
This is a fourth wall break question, but I'm curious, is it difficult for you to change expressions or go with the glitch filters like while you're playing the game?
So the glitch the glitch happens on the OBS. It doesn't actually happen on my gameplay screen.
Oh, I see.
Now, changing expressions, yes, that is very difficult because you notice how like I react very quickly with my expressions and then gun firing? That's because I'm like wired to like respond, but like because I have a slight delay in like changing my expression, it is very difficult. So I'm literally moving my hands off the keyboard, slamming on the appropriate key, or I'm missing it, readjusting, and then aiming at the target and going back to controls at the same time.
Oh god.
Now, doing that consistently, also reacting to chat, yes, I do get really stressed, and I actually do like lose it, and I get mad. Which should come to head. I think. Let me go with you. What time are you on?
We're at 4:19.
Okay, let me go ahead and go there. I'm gonna go and skip through. We need another character.
Your model is so expressive. I can't even imagine, like, you must have to memorize, you know, like, on your,
I actually
your board.
put, like, cheap emoji stickers on each key on my MIDI keyboard. It's
Really?
great. Yes. I mean, people always laugh about that, but seriously, that's how you get it done. There are a lot of story stuff I'm looking through here. And I'll just say this, we also create another war atrocity by sabotaging the water supply. Now, for me, as a player, as a person, that's where I draw the line. I'd be like, no, fuck that. You don't fuck with people's water. No, it doesn't matter. You don't fuck with nobody's water. Ooh. I mean, like shooting the wrong people is one thing, but like blowing up the water supply That's another. That's like that. You can't do that by accident. What happens in game, you can't do by accident. But so I mostly ride on the main character, just like we have to do this because this is the only guy that's helping us. Let me see here. I'll show you. You know, because you trip out on the hallucinations, I'll show you more of those. Let me see, right? Go to 446. So this is the CIA agent that convinces us to sabotage the water supply. He was framing it as stealing the water supply, but his ultimate goal was to just simply make sure the 33rd didn't have it. And he explains here that his goal here is that basically just by killing everyone here, no one would ever know that the 33rd fired on civilians to protect the water supply, which would cause a international uproar against the United States. Now, I'm given a choice here to shoot him or let him burn. Now, I have a very specific choice of words before shooting him. And right before I shoot him, I say, like, he's like, please, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I say, is this what you really want? And that is because, I will point this out, because religiously, mercy killing is still considered sin. And exception cases are exception cases, but that's not really us to decide as human beings, you know, in the eyes of God. But I think in this situation, it's like, it's a very morally complex situation because he's a bad guy. He says what I did may not be nice, but it was necessary. I mean, he convinced us to doom an entire city of people to slowly, what's it called? Dehydrate to death, die of dehydration. And the simple answer is what I did was immoral, but there's nuances about it, and I also want to have that phrasing of, is this what you really want? Now, notice how I bring attention to that sign right there, that marking, or that graffiti. If you let him burn, there's an image of a burning man. Yes. And now it's daytime very quickly. But anyway, let's move on ahead by maybe a minute. A little more. Let's try to get in that building. Yes.
Oh.
So go back a little bit. Right. Notice that? You see that? So because I shot him, they positioned the statues so one of them is doing a like finger gun at the other person.
And it switched.
Yes. Hallucination.
Oh
if you let them burn, their bodies turn into like molten rock. So there's another hallucination. The hallucinations become a lot more frequent.
I've noticed that. Like, I feel like in the beginning when you first started playing, there weren't really much or many at all. But it's really amping up. You can tell the main character's psyche is really being tested, pushed.
And I'm trying to bring attention to it. Most people don't catch it on their first time. I want to bring attention without explicitly saying. So I kind of go out there and like, what? What's going on? What the? And I kind of do a glitching thing, like, bzz, bzz, you know, like, bzz, bzz, bzz. And you know, call it a day, right? But I right on bring attention to all these details because it's interesting. You want to see what's going on. This is me trying to pull the audience more and more in there because this whole time, somebody new could just jump in on the stream. And they're like, well, even someone who's anticipating to watch the debut, you know, it's like, oh, this is the part where he just plays video games. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day. It's like, how do I bring attention at any given moment that somebody could walk in incidentally and then just start going, wait, what's going on here? Right? This is
I was gonna say, I think the way that you choose to bring attention to certain details that people might miss is really good, because I feel like it's almost like explaining the joke when someone's like, look, this thing is obviously a hallucination. This is crazy. Like, it takes you out of it, but just acting as though it's happening to you and being like, whoa, what is going on? This is crazy. Like pointing it out in a subtle way so people can still see it is really, really great.
Well, it even works better because I'm a VTuber.
Exactly. People can't just like look at your face.
It's like, yeah, they can just look at my face, but not only that, but it's like, oh, maybe the character's going crazy. Or is the game actually going crazy? And because I'm using glitch effects, like, how do you know it's actually like in the game or just me just actually pulling some strings? I make things so uncertain with everything I've done that, and everything's kind of molding together just beautifully. Because I started really, really diving into the character, diving into the scene, the emotions. Once we got past the thermite, that's where the fun begins.
Was it exhausting to keep that up for so long?
Are you kidding? It was. Oh my god, it was so exhausting. Oh my god, it was brutal. I mean, oh, okay. There's a part where I actually like did snap, but we'll get there. Because like being character and having that like sense of desperation turned its head, I think maybe an hour from now. And remember, like, I'm trying to react with it. I'm playing the game on absolute easy, just so I can make sure I can get it done.
Yes.
I mean, a real pro, a real skilled, like high tier gamer would just play the game in hard and probably just had the exact same effects. But it's not about the game. It's about the story. It's about the story I'm telling.
Can you accidentally shoot your teammates?
Yes, I've done that a few times.
Does it kill them? Like if you
No.
kill them? Oh, okay.
No. That would be definitely something I would worry about. Just press right on your button keys, arrow key, because the next hallucinator's up. So arrow. Right here is probably a really great scene, but it's really hard for me to practice. And note, I specifically try to shoot guys before I enter the room and I reload because during practice I've often ran out of ammunition, which have gotten me killed right in this scene. And usually, you know, more immersion works better if I stay alive through the whole thing. This is a great scene.
What is this blinking like?
Watch.
This?
Watch.
This is so scary.
So, did you notice that when I shot him a few times, he actually turned into a mannequin, and he actually changed over to a different mannequin position?
I did.
Yes. And the dynamic lighting works really well here.
I was gonna say, especially there's a point where your expression is changing, like as it's coming back like from black to color. It's very convincing. It's very, very good looking.
It's Yes, I've really had to that scene because it's so hard because just playing it normally is disorienting, and like being able to like react, going, what the fuck, what's happening? Like, get me out of here! Get me out! I go, I survive, and then like I need to find a place where because it's a good thing I'm playing it on easy because on any hard difficulty, he actually gets close enough for melee range, which means I had to change positions, which means I had to go ahead and change, like, it's just, oh, thank God. It's just, that's a tough fight on its own. And it's really trippy.
It's cool though, because if it's a hard scene and it's a hard fight, I'm sure people who have played this game can see that, but also just like as someone who hasn't played the game, it looks difficult. So the fact that you pulled it off like so seamlessly and so well just adds so much to the stream and to like the lore that's happening.
Oh,
it's
thank
awesome.
You. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I'm kind of just taking that in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, let me take a quick drink. Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome. I hope I'm not just like over I don't want it to seem like I'm just like throwing compliments at you. Like I genuinely mean like this whole debut really blew me away. I was very, very impressed by the whole thing. And just hearing you talk about it and like what went into making these scenes work. Like just you mentioning like you wanted to make sure you had ammo for this part, or it just shows like how much thought went into it and how much you actually practiced it. And because I feel like so many people would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this game and I'm gonna try to make this stuff happen, but like how many people do you think like would actually go and play like a whole chunk of a game just to make sure things worked out the way they wanted it to? Like that just blows me away. I can't say that enough. I think it's extremely impressive.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh, I wanted this to be a performance. I wanted this to be like so good. I wanted this to be amazing. I want. Oh God. Oh, thank you.
You should be proud of yourself. Seriously.
No.
Don't cry. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm like on the verge of crying. I just like, how do I express my gratitude? I'm so glad I don't actually have to cry, but I feel it in my heart. The feelings. I'm not crying for real, but oh God. I'm like sweating with like blush or something. I just like, oh God.
I'm sweating through my eyes.
I'm sweating from my eyes. Thank you for acknowledging. Thank you for noticing me. Okay. All right. Okay.
Back to business.
All right. Back to violence. So.
What is happening here? What is?
I'm trying to get cover for my teammates, but they're like ambushing me. The teammates are moving from one level to, their goal is to get to the zipline at the top, but I gotta give them cover.
How do you tell who's your teammate or not? Is it the little names above their heads that I saw earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Also, they say, "Watch where you're firing, you idiot!
No.
What you doing? Danger close."
God.
Yeah, but the names mainly, right? What's it called? At this point, Martin's getting more unhinged. I'm trying to really embody his unhinged rage and anger. But I also add a little brevity, like, yo, this is crazy, right? Like, Like, there's a joke I do every time the guy goes on the zipline that I let myself get hit. Like, get out of the way, and he kicks me. It's like, oh, but I can't do it here. So, this guy here is like saying this is like a real serious part where he says, I don't care. Where's the other guys? And it's like, oh, you'll never reach them. Not my problem. Tell me where they are. And it's like, they're that way. It's like, good. And then he just fucking pistol whips him. It's like, oh, you'll never make it. They'll kill you. Doing it's like, poof. I'm trying to remember how to react here, but let me see. But yeah, a big issue I've had in this game, which isn't something that happens all too often in many shooters, is running out of ammo. Like, even on easy, you can still run out of ammo. But because I'm missing more of my shots, the likelihood of me losing ammo becomes even greater.
Do you think, like, I'm assuming you had, like, quite a bit of adrenaline during some of these more intense parts. Do you think that affected, like, how well you actually shot, or do you think, like, it made you even better?
No. It made things worse because I actually have to move. Adrenaline does not help. Like, there is stress, like being pressured, and you can perform well under pressure, but that's only under good practice and muscle memory, where all the good practice kind of takes control and your mind goes like on the back, like on like let me see. So I've done some martial arts, and when you're pressured, your skills, your practice takes control. The conscious mind takes a back seat. If you don't practice, your instinct takes a back seat because the muscle memory isn't there. You just have panic. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's kind of how like how feng shui works, or what was that? Not feng shui. There's a certain kind of like martial arts where you move things where you move very slowly. It's the repetition of those skills that help. Well, let's say, what's the phrase? They come and shine and take hold when you can't think about it. Now, a couple things that never change when you have adrenaline is you lose precision control or precision motor skills when you have adrenaline. That's why your fingers shake when you're frightened or you're stressed or super angry. Like, I can't stop shaking, right?
Yeah.
And the irony in, like, maybe, I don't know, fights or in the streets or whatever, like a thug, like some guys like, oh, look at this guy, he's scared, he's shaking. And I've actually been in that situation where it's like, you shaking, are you scared? And it's like, no, I have adrenaline running through me and I'm high on it and I'm losing fine motor skills. I'm focused and I'm ready for a fight or flight. I haven't run away yet, so I think it's safe to assume I'm not scared. And they're like, bro, okay, this guy is different.
Oreo asks, Tai Chi?
Tai Chi! Yes, I think that's it, Tai Chi. Thank you. Yes. So, in this case, because I'm moving like a mouse, keyboard, and buttons, there are parts where I'm like literally shaking because I'm like, I want to die here. I don't want to lose here. I don't want to like dying once is fine, but it's like every single time it sucks.
Yeah.
Although I have actually thought about having an official counter of how many times I died in all the games I played.
Ooh.
After debut.
That would be
oh yeah. Although that doesn't mean I have to go through my VODs. because I didn't start count.
Hmm.
But anyway, let's.
I have a quick question, actually.
Yes.
How does... Oh, look, this is when I came back. Let's see my message.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh, wait, hang on. I want to pause it because I have a question that doesn't exactly pertain to this. I have two questions. The first one is, I can't remember if we discussed ADHD on the previous stream, but I'm curious, how does adrenaline focus interact with, like, your ADHD and your focus for, like, how it can jump around and stuff like that? Does ADHD have any sort of weird interaction with adrenaline at all, or how does that work? Or we could skip that question. I'm just curious.
I think I remember I had like stress tests during some martial arts training, and it was like you get hyper focused. Yeah, on the thing that you're doing. It's not like your mind. I mean, you start focusing. Let me see. The thing that's giving you adrenaline gives you more focus. But that might be a good thing or a bad thing.
I see.
I think it really turns its head after the adrenaline happened, like after adrenaline is succeeded and the danger's gone, and then the panic starts settling in, and you start trying to think of, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Oh shit. Oh my god, like this is mess. I mean, there's only been one situation in which I had to do it. I had to go ahead and actually fight. And I'm not gonna go into that story, but it was an awful experience, and it's like, oh shit, this is a complete mess. I'm gonna have to call somebody, I have to call some friends. I need to see a doctor. I mean, long story short, I also got glass in me, so, but anyway.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was a really messy situation.
Well, to not dive too deep into that, I do have a second question.
Yes.
I remember, I'm gonna pause the jazz for a second, because I remember during this scene, I wanted to comment on the music, because the music is very much like, yeah, let's fucking go, like, I'll just play this for a second.
You can't hide, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Exactly.
I'm so tired.
It's taunting you. It's awful. Oh.
It's really, I just remember, like, they start playing this, like, yeah, epic hype music, and I just remember, like, hearing this and being like, this is so fucked. Like, this scene, yeah, perverted, that's the perfect word for it. It made me feel
I said that
gross.
last time, too.
Like, really gross.
That's what I said last time.
Ugh.
I mean, you know, the first scene where, like, in the mall and they play that music. Yeah, exactly. Same vibe. This one's a lot more on the nose, more mocking. Especially after, like, now you're just not just this annoying guy that's in the way. You're now, like, the most wanted man by Delta Force. By the 33rd. Like, everyone just, like, designated you as priority number one. The dude that has literally damned everyone. What's interesting here, I found something that horrified me because I never noticed it before.
Oh no. What was it?
So there's snipers that shoot at you, right? And zooming in, you know, I take them out, but then I get a good look at the location because I need a little breather. So sometimes when I need a breather in game, or more like IRL, is that I take a moment, I take a step back, let my eyes adjust, relax a little bit, and take in the scene, right? But because I do that, I also notice details. And then like, oh crap, I gotta react to this. So I notice that. Those are soldiers hanging. I realized they're not just there. There's bullet holes everywhere. Though that was an execution, and then the remains are being used as target practice.
Take note also of the American flag right next to it.
Yes, there is so much mockery, and cynicism, and I'm just like my reaction there is absolutely genuine. I have never noticed it. Like, I've always just kind of just gone through and get here, but this is like a scene where like, oh my god, how could I miss this? This is so shocking. There's all these little horrifying little details, and it's like hiding in plain view.
What company made this game? Like, who made this game?
Oh, Jaeger. They also just came out with a game. It's a PvP, PvE, roguelike, Valorant. No, roguelike. What's it called? Valheim-ish multiplayer game. They recently just came out with the game that they. Until the most recent game, this is literally the last game they've ever made. This is also a good scene.
I was about to say, this is very brutal.
This is very brutal. And I also had to practice to do and respond early because at the point, like, the guy, when he starts lifting up the gun, you only have about 1 whole second before his reaction time speeds up and kills you. So, like, him raising his gun up to you isn't a gradual thing. It's really sudden. It gives you only a slight thing to notice. I also feel very awkward that every time you move to me, I have like a completely not really like appropriate face expression.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We all know what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, I get into the talking, and it's like, yeah. So this is the part where I bash his head in. Oh wait, no, I mean, bash his head in. Proceed. Let me see here. But you're here for this part. What time frame are you on?
We're at 5:11.
5:11. So you came back. We're not covering up.
I came back, and I remember one of the last things I saw before I actually had to tune out for the night was the end of the game. And then that's when I was like, I can't right now. It's so, literally, I can't even explain how I felt physically sick, like, watching some of this footage. Like, it's a great game to, like, when I say sick, I don't mean like, oh, it's too gross. I just mean like it evoked such strong emotion out of me. I don't think I've had a lot of games that really made me feel like so intensely before. It was very jarring, and I was not expecting it, even with all of the kind of I guess, like, trigger warnings that I'm very glad that those were, like, you and the mods both gave before, you really got into the gameplay, because I think without that, just coming into this blind would have been extremely upsetting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And Clover, you're so brave. You stayed.
I tried. I wanted to be there. I wanted to see it through.
Yes, I'm glad. I do like this scene a lot because I like the banter this character has. It's like headshot. It's like, dude, man, he could have had a dog. Stop. He could have had a dog. Oh man, there goes that guy owes me money. Come on, man.
Rope burn.
He's like this one right here. It's like, oh shit. Oh, and he's like, oh, that guy? Yeah, I didn't like
mannequins.
That guy. He's a weirdo. Oh, there's also the part where he's like, man, what's with all the violence?
Bro.
Where's that coming from? Is it the video games? It's gotta be the video games. I mean, just the irony. And actually, this is sort of like one of the comedy moments in which, like, he starts criticizing you, but it brings more attention to the fact that, like, the mannequins are representative of the soldiers, and the soldiers are representative of the fact that, like, well, okay, mannequins represent soldiers. Mannequins also represent NPCs. They're just stand-ins. But the guy who's saying he could have had a dog, he could have had like a girlfriend, he could have had a wife and kids. Won't anyone think of the children? Even though he says that mockingly, it's also pointing out to the tension that they're not just NPCs. Like, hey, you're shooting NPCs, but he's like saying, yo, dude, but what if real? You motherfucker. How could you? You're a bad person. Can't you just see the irony in this? You're
Also,
playing a video game.
I'm definitely looking away for a moment because there's a giant crab on the wall and you are staring right at it. The giant.
What's wrong with crabs?
I have a major phobia of crabs.
You do?
Major. I'm not even kidding. Like, I feel like when I tell people I have a crab phobia, they're like, "Oh, you're just like, they don't like crabs. They make you." No, they're genuinely.
You have a genuine phobia.
Yes.
So, on some level, you recognize that it's irrational?
Yes.
Okay, well, there you have it. You have an irrational fear of crabs.
Yes.
Noted.
Yes.
No crab emojis.
No crab emojis.
Well, it's a good thing I said. So this is actually a part where I kind of broke down. I'm kind of tired, and I just start having a conversation. We really should have the audio here.
Okay.
Because I start getting into like the conversation about. I'm sorry. Wait, go back.
Okay, well, fine.
Go back.
Yeah, let's go. No.
So I start talking about like middle school and stuff.
Reminds me.
And then
Middle school.
I was like, I could just have a nice
Who's this guy?
conversation. It's just a nice conversation
Believe me.
about getting to know people. And like thinking about like this is a kid
I
that
found out, like, anime.
made me mad. But it wasn't so bad once we got to know each other.
So what?
It's like, yo, dude, do you like
So what if
anime?
I like anime.
It's like, I like anime
like-
too.
Yo, dude.
No way.
Anime is awesome.
And I'm just like really taking a breather
I was
here.
like, really? Yo. Shut fuck.
And he's like,
I'm sorry,
what the
I'm sorry,
fuck are
I'm
you
sorry, I'm
doing?
sorry.
And I actually, and I
Let's go,
never
let's go,
expected
yeah.
that because every time I play through, I just run through
There he is.
and just get to this scene, right? But because I idled there, I got this rare like dialogue that only happens if you idle there.
That's so cool. What a fun like detail for the game too. Like, you can tell that the developers were really, they paid a lot of attention to detail, not just with like visually, but even just having that moment created like this funny sort of thing on your stream too.
It was
like,
organic.
yeah, exactly.
It was organic. Like I was like, I'm just gonna be here. I'm just gonna relax. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy this, and I don't care. What the fuck are you doing? This is a stream.
This is real.
This is real. You know, and that kind of like brings me back into character. Very abruptly. Very heavily. Did you see the scene?
I remember.
It's another good scene.
No, I watched
Because
this
like,
one.
so like this guy who's been sending in the troops to go ahead and attack us and kill us is actually aiding us. Because like, hey, I'm here, gunpoint, whatever. I'm gonna help out. And it's like, you know, he's kind of cool. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? No!
So abrupt. I feel like there's so many deaths in here that are just so abrupt.
Yeah. It's real. I try to like hold on to that abruptness. Try to, I mean, because I've seen this like 20 plus times. I gotta ride it. Gotta ride the emotions. Gotta take it in. But
I think... Sorry.
wait a minute. Go ahead.
I think something I notice a lot is during these really big scenes, I feel like, not that I've seen any other streamers play this game, but I feel like there's a tendency for streamers, like during big moments like this, they want to get a reaction out of their chat, so they'll talk a lot and they'll be like, "Oh my god, guys, this is crazy!" But you're really good at knowing when to react and when to just be quiet and watch and let people kind of have their own reaction first before you kind of say something or, you know, show what you're feeling. Like, you'll just show your facial expression, and sometimes you'll change it, but you won't say anything necessarily. I think that's really cool.
Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. You noticed? You noticed? Oh my god. I mean, I wasn't even having that, like, fully consciousness, but it's like, you're right. I do that. I really do that. Holy crap.
It's very cinematic. It adds so much to, like, so much immersion. Like, it really feels like you're there, you're in the game, like you're experiencing it, and it just adds so much to the lore, and I love that. I love that touch of detail.
Thank you. Gosh. You know, I still hope I do that. I mean, I'm playing Ace Combat 7 right now, but it's like, you know what? I'm really glad you pointed it out. I mean, like I said, I might not be doing it consciously, but I think I'm really glad that you noticed that. I'll tell you something a little fun. Before streaming, when the fuck would the Battlefield 3 come out? Let me double check.
I have
It's
no
relevant.
idea.
It's relevant. Hold up. Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 came out in 2011. So in 2011, and I played my game through like the RGB, like you know those 3 cables that you put in like
yeah,
on TV or
yes.
DVD. So I had a VCR. So after I play a game, and this was also before like achievements were a big thing, but what I would do is that I would record my gameplay on VCR, and I would watch it, and I would make it, and I would try to play it like I had an audience. I'm real serious about it. Yeah. So I guess I put in that energy. I was like, how do I play the game that there are games that I really like so much as a kid and I really like, for example, like Doom, classic, like Doom 3, and I was so into Doom, and I love Doom. Doom's a big part of my life, but I would record the game, and I wish there was a movie of this. Why don't I just make a movie? Why don't I just play the game as if this was like a first person, like found footage experience, and then just watch it? And I did.
That's
It
a
was so much
really
fun.
interesting idea, actually, because it reminds me, not entirely, but like, you know how there's like that, I've never seen it, but that Blair Witch Project movie where it's supposed to be
Yes.
like, oh, we found this thing in the woods and it's crazy, and it's like shot with like a person holding a camera. That's kind of
Yeah.
what that reminds me of.
I mean, well, it's like, what if I got the VCR tape and I just played it? It's like, yo, this is a guy on Mars, and this is the story, and this is what happened. It's just kind of like that. So, I guess, even though, I guess I've been practicing something like this before I even started streaming, and I just did it for fun.
You really
Oh,
made it your
helicopter.
own.
Yes. And I really kind of channel that right here. So this is me just trying to get really angry. Oh, you might have noticed, as I was fighting on the way downstairs, I was yelling, saying, "Why can't I just talk to chat?" That's kind of when I break, when my frustration kind of like build up and I kind of broke, in which the accumulated stress of playing the game and being in character and trying to like meta act, and like it's just one fight scene to the next fight scene, and I'm just trying to move the game along because it could take a while. It's not like I can have a full-blown conversation, right? That'll break the immersion. And I was going to have one, and I just needed a break, but it's like, it's not gonna happen. It's like, why can't I just want to fucking have a chat? My mod reminded me in the chat. It's like, nope, there's no talking for chat for you. And it's like, crap, we've already passed this point.
Crossed the line.
We crossed the line. Spec Ops the line. Anyway, but during practice, and the goal for practice was just to go ahead and play the entire game, or like have the scene or the stream just play once, just as a goal, because fucking like you can't practice rehearse 7 hours regularly.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is probably me letting out all my anger.
Did when you practiced, did your mods watch and give you feedback, or did you just practice like individually by yourself?
I wanted to make sure there was at least one mod on hand to give me support. Koala would be the one. And then I would get the VOD. Or like during previous practice, while we're trying to, there were practices that were unfinished because I realized we didn't have enough stuff on, like I didn't have enough assets, something was missing, visual effects were missing. Like parts that I planned out in the document could not be completed. So it's like, okay, this is about as far as we gone. Okay, great. Okay. Mark this scene. What time is this?
This is 5:25.
Okay, 5:25. I want you to go ahead and go back to the beginning.
The very beginning?
No, go back to... Hold on.
Coco
Go
says,
to
let it out,
147.
babe.
Go to 147.
Okay.
And let's watch with audio.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take that scene in. And let's go ahead and try and notice all the little details.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna be quiet too. I want to watch.
Shit, we're just getting dived right into it. Bad guys? They're shooting at me? I think they're shooting at me. Let's go. Okay, let's kill them. I need to pay. I'm a loser. Okay, I need to pay. It's by Jaeger. It's by Jaeger Production. What do you mean? Yo, what the fuck is going? Okay, I think we're being chased. I think we. Oh dear God. Oh. I think.
Oh wait.
Oop.
I think there's a little error.
I think I slipped.
So skip up a little bit further.
There we go. There we go. Yo. Okay. 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 Holy shit! Holy shit! Fuck! Okay. We gotta get out of here. Oh fuck. I guess we're, yeah. Let's go. Okay, he's getting a little close. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Oh my God. What's with it? What is weather? Fuck. Okay. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Okay.
Okay. Wait for it. So
Did
if you
you-
skip further up until we get to the like desert.
There was this one time your brother but much worse.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Then 2 weeks ago, we picked up this transmission.
A little
Hmm?
more.
Hold on. I think before
Go back.
we continue, let
Let me see. Go forward.
just getting my
Little more.
windows right. Got that. Yeah, we got. I like. And I think we're good. Let me just
Some
get
more.
one last.
Oh crap!
I'm glad.
I wish I knew the spot, but
It's
I
okay.
want you to. I want to mark like
Situation.
the a very specific transition. Let's go ahead and figure out where the first transition is.
Welcome to Dubai. Oh.
Okay, go back.
Wow. If I wasn't a hardened killing machine, I might have hurt.
Oh.
That's odd.
Oh. Hey.
Well,
Special
we see my
guest.
name, DEMONCHUCKLE,
Nice.
there. Yeah, it's like, oh, look, that's, oh, you see that?
Featuring me.
White transition.
It's my show. But
It's
wait,
the
by
first
books?
transition
Okay.
in the
All right,
entire
yeah.
game.
Yeah. Focus. Let's see. Oh,
Right when we start the game.
we're in the
Okay.
world.
So let's go ahead and go to the time that we had later on.
I already forgot the number.
I think it's like 35. I think. Let me go ahead and try and grab. Zero. I think it's 524. I think 524. Oh, sorry. Badoom.
Oh yeah, this is where we.
All right. When 30 seconds forward. All right, let's play the audio for this scene.
I mean, we did this already. What do you mean?
What?
Fuck it.
What?
It's nothing. Just shake these fucking guys.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Sidewinder, headed right for us.
Take him down! Tear him apart! It's like I've been here before. I was trained for this. I was meant for this. Kill them! Kill them!
Doesn't matter. Just keep it steady.
Keep going!
Locked on.
Die! Why won't you die? Die! No. Go! 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 Ah! There's a storm. Come on. No! No! Shit! Fuck! Fuck! No! No! No!
All right, let's pause. So let's take that all that in. I want to know what your thoughts. Oh.
Gotta get a good view of that scene. I think
Yeah.
my very first thought I have, number one, that scene later, it feels almost not identical to the one that happens in the beginning, but there's obviously a lot of similarities, like even that little slow-mo bit. And I just, the thing I think is very interesting is I feel like near the beginning of the stream, the first time you have a helicopter, like battle like that, you're very much like still kind of a, not hopeful, but the way you react is very much different. Like at first it's like innocent, there you go. It's like, what's happening? Like, why? This is crazy. Like there's even points where you almost sound like you're not laughing, but you're like, whoa, this is insane. What is going on? And
It's just like triple streamer kind of thing. Yo, chat, did you see that?
exactly. And then later it's like you've been in it so deep and you're like, oh my god, like you're like a killing machine almost. You're so into it. It's insane.
Yes. I've really embodying the character as he is now. I'm like just trying to say the things that like Martin would say in that situation. And he's just surviving. But of course, do you notice, what are your thoughts about him saying we've done this before?
I think
like, wait a minute, we did this already.
It makes me wonder if what happened in the beginning actually happened. Almost. I don't know if that's me reading into it too much, but they have that transition in the beginning, and I'm like, did this happen before, or is this like what is it? It almost makes me question the validity of like what's reality, like what is actually happening right now.
Perfect. That's exactly where you should be. After stream, or if there's even a little bit of time, I'm gonna send you a bot or a video that explains the true story or like the whole thing. I mean, there's a very specific reason for that, but we'll hold on to that a little bit.
Okay.
But that questioning of reality is exactly what you should be.
Perfect. I just want to make sure we have enough time for everything. It's about 8:30 now. I want to make sure we've got our time.
Of course. Okay. So let's continue playing the footage because this is also a pivotal scene. This is where like there's a big chunk of data. There's like this is like a chapter, or in my document, where we have now reached the 2/3 point, or at least the 3/4 of reality. The process of the true form of Chuckle, or Chuckle being who he is now. We're there, and this is where the hallucinations really hit a peak. Actually, maybe I should tell you. You know, maybe I will. So, the first scene is actually real.
Oh.
Whether or not everything is a hallucination afterwards, you can take that in, but let's assume this. If he died in the plane crash, and what he's seeing right here is something from the beyond, what does that make the rest of the game?
God.
Wait, is that an actual answer?
I don't know. My
God.
I can't even. I don't know.
Good. Clover, you're actually like a VTuber trapped in this dream. Welcome to my land. Are you actually freaking out? Please don't.
I'm literally like, I feel like I'm in a mind fuck.
This game is okay. This is a mind fuck, but this is perfectly. This is exactly the whole experience. This is my headspace. Like, all the time before the debut, but it's my route. But you see how I'm like more covered in blood? Yeah,
I do.
that was planned. Yes. And notice how I removed the chat box.
There's
nothing. It's just my avatar. That's it. There's nothing else.
It's just you in the game now. There's nothing else.
There's nothing else. I'm alone. And that's the vibe I want to get. That's another little detail. Because the player character, he's alone. He drops down alone. Is the area real? Is it a hallucination? What is, if he died in a helicopter, then what is this? Where am I? Where, if this is not the real world, then where's the real world? Is he still even in stream? If he's streaming, where's chat? If there's no chat, what is going on here?
This
right?
is like
exactly.
a crazy state of limbo. This is like hell. Imagine you die and you're stuck. You're stuck in like an even worse.
Imagine you streaming and you die in game, but you also died for real, and then you're still in the game.
That's torture. That's like actual torture.
Okay, now you're getting it. Okay, demon chuckle.
This is what you wanted? This is what you wanted? Fucking demon?
You get to. This is what you. Is this what I wanted? I wanted to become a VTuber. Then I became the VTuber. And nothing else.
They said it was all. Watch a Magical Boy streamer, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Not even once. But yeah, so I also have special rules engaging with chat that I don't respond, like at this point I officially don't respond directly to chat. All responses to chat are to be taken as suggestions from like internal, like chat from here represents internal dialogue, thoughts. So like someone might be memeing and might be showing like a character with a gun, and I kind of awkwardly say as I go around the corner, gun, gun, need to find a gun.
It's almost like we're voices in your head.
Yes, you're actually voices in my head, and that was actually a big concept at the beginning of developing this whole VTuber thing, is that chat would be just voices in my head, and I'd be like crazy person.
Wow.
But things evolved, and this is where we are, you know. Which, I mean, with the confusion about reality, that's very much the vibe of my entire stream. Which one's real? So like when people ask me, like, okay, so if you're Demon and Chuckle's the Magical Boy on stream, and you're two separate characters, which one should I trust? And I'm like, that's exactly what you should be thinking. Perfect. Although there is an answer to that, and that's like, you trust Chuckle.
Of course.
But he doesn't have power like I do. But moving forward then. So let's move. Let me go ahead and give you a spot. We're gonna get to the part where Lugo dies. Let me see here. Go to 543. Yeah. So this is basically like I need to act like chat died. I really am alone. This is like the final like severing of me and the stream in documents. And from here, this is like from this point on, I practice this scene the most. At least I started my practice from here the most because this is where things are its darkest. This is where I'm alone. This is where there's like hope has started like being seeped away from the experience. Any like upbeat moods and jokes, this is where they end. Now, you have a couple of choices here. You could actually shoot the civilians. I choose not to. And some people don't know this, but you can just shoot in the air and scare them off. But some players, they shoot the characters, the civilians, because they've been shooting human bodies the entire time that they just forgot that there is an actual mechanical solution to the situation, which is brilliant in terms of decision making in games because it's organically built into the game. It's not like, hey, pick shoot civilians or pick B, don't shoot civilians. No, it's like just keep playing.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said before, it's that attention to detail. Also, there's a part here that I also forget to notice, but there's a thin black line outlining the entire screen. You notice that?
Oh,
it's very subtle.
I almost didn't even notice.
I added that in. I forgot exactly where, but I think it's like at the helicopter crash. And that is me just slowly just grabbing every little piece of immersion I can grab, just oh so subtly. Pull the audience in. And of course, I also choose my wording like, the villain is at the top of that tower. It's me. It's me when I get up to the tower. Like, we'll find the villain when we reach the top of the tower. Gets to the top of the tower. I'm the villain. The irony. Anyway, so I played this last level quite a lot. Let me go ahead and get to another scene right here. And actually, there is a little hallucination. Very minor. Go to 550. Or let me see, actually, go to 5... Okay, 30 seconds forward. Like, use the clicker. Let me use the arrow keys. A little more. Okay, so as soon as you enter this room, and I just realized this just now, but when you enter the room, you hear this shout up these stairs. And when you look up the stairs, there's nothing. But when you do that, the soldiers that are hiding behind cover shoot at you. It's a hallucinatory trap. And I often fell for it in practice. Oh, look, it's our friend, Willie Pete, back at it again. This is probably the biggest, most damning hallucination, in which...
Oh.
Welcome to hell, Walker. Like, no, what? What's happening? Oh, God. Now, I'm actually honestly exasperated here. And I start kind of like, oh, God.
This is horrific.
But it actually gets worse, but not in the game. I'm actually losing it because I die a few times. I died like 2 or 3 times here.
Wow.
But we don't need to see that, though. But my frustration is like hitting a peak. But this is sort of like that organic acting where it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, we gotta keep going. I'm feeling pain. And I think I die right here. Because the mortar dropped right on top of me. And I'm shocked. I remember that whole spiel about me freaking out. Well, it's being added on top of the acting. I'm gonna ride that anger, that frustration. Okay, so let's go ahead and move ahead by like a whole minute. Let me see here. This would be about the second time. Oh my god, the bitrate is horrendous. I am so... I apologize to all my viewers that my ambition for visual effects kills the bitrate.
Oh no, I also have your quality set to lower so my computer doesn't die. So I think it's probably higher quality than it is on my stream.
Great. So I died here at the gun, and I was so mad, but I was so happy that I get to spawn right there. I almost want to say, like, in lore, that's sort of like me, kind of like willing to checkpoint. My magical boy checkpoint. Right there. Because I got the gun, I made it, I died, and then I denied death, and I respawned. I didn't know how many times I would die here, but I kept the filter on. And I would slowly increase it if I kept dying, because at this point I just figured that like I've lost composure. Now there is a really nice little accident that happens shortly after the fight. Let me see here. Go to 557. So let's play the audio.
Yeah.
You're make sure you're at 557 because it's like really close.
That's all of them.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right there in the glitching. You see that?
What happened?
What'd you see?
What's happening?
Was it your facial expression?
Yes. What was that? It's a brand new facial expression.
I was gonna say, I don't think you've shown that one before. That's like pure horror.
Excellent. Well, the thing is, I forgot to take off that expression because
That sounds like
it was
peace.
never supposed to be shown until the end. And I think in hindsight, with how like how many times I died, I think it's perfect for shadowing.
I was about to say, that's like, you show it for just long enough that you can see it. I think that's really good.
But I'll be honest with you, that was a complete fluke.
Can't give up.
It was complete accident. But as you know, good acting, you gotta roll with it. And the reason I took a breath here was because, well, I needed a breath, take it in, and like let it go.
Keep him off me!
Let it go. You made a mistake. Let it go. Keep going. Relax. Breathe. Keep going. I was like, I'll tell you the facial expression. That's actually my dead face.
No! What the fuck?
Hello.
No.
You left me to die.
Clover.
Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm just like...
No. I can't. I can't. I
It's-
can't. I can't. I can't. No.
You can't. Are we going? Are we going to? We're just talking. We're not. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Oh god. It's a lot. It makes me... I remember I saw this. I think this is when I was like, I'm I'm getting to my limit. This is like this bit here really it hits. It hits.
Oh shit. Wow. Ooh.
Good.
You gonna be okay? I mean,
yeah, no, I'm okay.
okay. Alright.
A lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah, we don't need to hear the audio here, but
I
like,
have a weak heart.
oh, I might too. I think I'm just too used to punishing myself. But anyway, let's move forward. Let's go ahead and go over by a minute, because then we get to the end fight scene. Like, literally the last fight is like right here. You were so close to the end. But of course, as always, as with the theme of the stream, the debut, it only gets worse. But this is like the point of immersion, right? In which, honestly, I planned this out, but this right here is like the best part for me, because I can let go. There's no gunplay anymore from this point, even though this is like the climax. And strangely, in the scene, you had this whole army pull up on you, right? And in the next scene, they surrender. And between that scene and between this scene and the next scene, you don't fire a single bullet. And within that time, the entire 34 regiment, or whatever it's called, they surrender. It's surreal. It doesn't make any sense. That's because it's not reality. And I try to push it further, by blending in the
glitch.
The glitching, trying to enhance it, messing with the opacity. I have several. I have two faders that mess with the visuals. Although the game is dark like this naturally, but I want to be able to sure I can like push it. The point now, you don't know this, but we're gonna go ahead and really start pulling the curtains behind, because in about 10 seconds, everything's pre-recorded.
You pre-recorded this?
Not yet. We'll get there. It's right when the level loads. And this is a very particular spot for me, because I need to make sure I press the right buttons. And there's a reason why it's pre-recorded. Several reasons. Right here. That's when the pre-recording starts running.
How?
And I exit the game. I'm no longer playing the game. Now, the reason I pre-recorded this is because this is the heaviest scene in the game. I need to make sure I can give my best performance. I'll be honest, in hindsight, I actually should have kept playing. I was in the right state of mind. I was in character. But because near the end, I was afraid of during preparation, I was afraid of screwing up so many times. I want to make sure I got this right. I must have played this scene, oh gosh, 30, 50, I don't know. I would never spend an entire day, at least 8 hours, just trying to like replay the scene, trying to re-traumatize myself into like being in the character. It was exhausting. It was also a very depressing week. It actually affected my mind to like be in this state of mind and like play the character, where I'm like Oh, relief. I made it. Did you see this scene, right?
I believe so, yes.
And I was like, oh, I made it. I did it. I feel like my acting kind of fails at certain points, but it's really, really tough.
I think it would make sense, because, like, at this point, you'd be so tired. This is such, like, so intense, and if you've worked on the scene so many times, I can only imagine how hard it would be.
Well, the next part that is also very important is that leading to the next scene is very, very important, because I need to be able to to change on the push of a button without, like, dismantling the current setup. But we don't have to see this whole scene, right?
Okay.
Let's just skip to close to the end of the scene. You probably know where that is. Right about here.
Yeah.
Or a little more. Ah, yes, this is it. So, I played this so many times. And the framework of how I did the scene, you actually have a choice to shoot the guy and shoot yourself. I actually chose the option not even to shoot anyone at all. But the result between shooting yourself and having him shoot you is actually the same, with one visual difference. And that is that when you let him shoot you, blood comes out. And this was unintentional, but because of the dynamic lighting and the way that it was set up, because the left side of the screen actually has blood coming out of the top of my head. You know how I have set up with Video Ninja? Yes. That's how the dynamic lighting is set up. You saw my face. Here's the face. I was dead the whole time.
My God.
Now, I've actually worked with the artist on this, and I thought about just ending the stream like this.
What?
And just like right when I got shot, I would pull the plug of the stream. Obviously, we didn't do that. And a couple of changes to that was basically music. Music changed. My theme song changed my approach to the scene, because I thought just ending it would be too cruel. But Clover, what were your thoughts leading up to that?
Well, when I was watching it...
No, like you said you checked the VOD afterwards?
Yes, I did. When I was watching the VOD, I remember at that point feeling really sad, disturbed. And honestly, the biggest thing in my head at that point was, well, what could happen now? Like, what is Demon gonna come back? Like, what is Chuckle dead? Like, I genuinely thought that Chuckle would be just gone at that point. And the only thing that was going through my head was, what could possibly happen? Like, how is he gonna bring this together? Like, what? Because I was like, there's still more to the stream. What could happen that could wrap this up in a way that feels like an ending?
Actually, I'm also curious. So you saw me dead. Like, what was your... Okay, I need you to kind of, like, emulate the reaction, because that's, like, one of the few things that's another one of the things in terms of reactions. So, like, this was, like, the other big thing I had for debut. I had two wild, crazy ideas. One, transform as a magical boy. Have a ruse, then transform as magical boy. Part 2, I die on stream. That was, like, who does that? Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck dies on their debut?
Rip. Debut done. All done. No more Demon Chuckle.
He didn't just kill his VTuber, he killed his entire career! But, oh, what was your reaction? It was like, I mean, you're just sad. You're like, oh, he did.
I think
Or was it like, God, what the fuck?
it was probably a mix. Like, there was definitely a lot of like, I think I'm very bad at reenacting, but I think if I were to try and reenact it, it would be more like, I'm sorry, it was a lot of speechlessness and just general confusion. Like, I almost didn't believe it. I was like, this is like in a movie, right? Like when the character dies and they come back, but then there was like that small part of me that was like, DEMONCHUCKLE is a very like likes to defy expectations kind of person. So there was that part of me that's like, no. Wait,
And of course, you
really...
had you had like the extra time afterwards. But like, if you watched it live,
I think if I watched...
already broken.
Yeah.
You were already broken before you got there, and then there's the whole devastation, like everything, like you're the villain the whole time. Dear God, I mean, I wouldn't want to like. This is why we had the trigger warning. This is the shit. Why, you know, this is heavy. This is real heavy.
Mm.
And this is also one of the reasons why, okay, to be perfectly honest, I did not expect to continue streaming after the debut.
Mm.
Like, people like, yo, dude, you do this, you might actually get banned. I was like, so be it.
You know, like, especially with Twitch, there's part of me that goes like, Twitch is, the way they enforce their quote-unquote rules is very strange. I almost, if it turned out that you got, like, a couple-day ban or something, I'd be like, you know, that doesn't surprise me, honestly. As stupid as that is, like, that's just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Twitch is so inconsistent. But it's like, I was like, this meant so much to me that if it all went up, like, in fire, anybody who watched it, who was there to see it, they're gonna be there for a treat. They'll remember it.
The debut that got the ban.
Yeah. Like, I'll go on the wiki, I'll put it up, like clap my hands, you know, wipe them off and go, I did God's work. I'm happy with myself. I move on.
Drop.
Mic drop. I did my bit. I'm good.
All done.
Which is kind of a paradox now, because now I'm still streaming and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I didn't plan for this. What the fuck? So it's sort of like, I guess it's ironically continue. It's almost like my VTuber. So let's continue.
Yes.
That whole scene was re-recorded, but what happened next is genuine. It happens live. And, you know, I tell a heartfelt story. I have a little, like, video in which we go through the stuff. This, like, I showed all the filters. We can skip through. But, I mean, you saw it. We're like, oh, you know, and I had this whole poem, or this whole script of writing. I write it down, and I read it, and I'd slowly turn the dials and bring my character back into reality. You know, this was supposed to be like a purgatory scene, or like maybe hell or something. Actually, full stop here, Clover. So, I'm gonna tell you something a little bit embarrassing. I thought about asking you to like help me on this.
Annie?
Because one idea that I had was like, I'm in hell. It's official. Blah, right? And I'm like, okay, how do I get there? Well, what if like I go to purgatory and like maybe an angel or something. Someone with a nice voice who can say nice things and be like, Chuckle, you need to, atone for your sins. You can make things right, but you have a duty.
Keep going.
There's a way.
You can do it.
And then, what would happen next would be that you have a calling. God gave you a calling. And then a portal to hell would open up behind you. It'd be really, really awful, like fires and screams and crawling demons, and it's like, and I'd be like, what is that? Actually, I want to be a magical boy form. What is that? What is that? And it's like, is that hell? And it's like, and you'd say, that is your true purpose. And then doom music would start playing.
Chills.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And I'm like, I know what I must do. I know my true calling. I must kill the demons. And then I'll go through the portal and that'd be the end of the stream.
That would have been
It's very different.
It's very different.
It's very comical. It's so weird, but it's also very me at the same time.
True. Very true.
Yes. What we end up having is a lot more sentimental, but this was even before I even had my avatar. I had this idea, right? And I'm like, they'll be perfect because I want to play Doom on stream.
Oh heck yeah.
It'd be great. But now I'm thinking, okay, how do I make that into lore? This would be good though. But that was the original idea. Now let's so instead of showing the whole scene, what are your thoughts? So I told the story, the poem, or at least the little speech, the little monologue. What do you thought about the monologue? Because now I want to get your feedback.
I thought that the monologue reminded me a lot of something that would be in an anime. It felt very it felt too well written, almost. I was like, this is I don't know. It felt very protagonist.
It's exactly where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, here's a concept that I was working very hard on trying to make a reality. So, what are your thoughts about the emojis coming on stream?
I kind of loved it. Part of me, I'll be honest, part of me was not expecting it, and I was like, what is this? I almost thought, is this on purpose? Is this intentional? And then as you kept talking, and it felt very... Pretty's not the right word, but it felt almost like Sailor Moon, because there's a part in one of the Sailor Moon movies, I think it's Sailor Moon S or something, the movie. There's a part where Sailor Moon is basically going to be defeated. And I'm pretty sure this happens multiple times throughout the series, but I've seen the movie more than anything else. She calls upon her friends and they all give her love and power, and she basically is able to come back from that. And I was like, this is just like that part in Sailor Moon.
Oh my god.
It's the ultimate magical girl freaking the power of
Oh
love.
my god. I didn't even, oh my god, I didn't even watch I watched Sailor Moon, and I watched it as a kid, but I never finished it. I never actually gone through the whole darn thing. I don't remember any of it, but it definitely had an influence, and I just wanted that moment where chat was there. Like, not like in words and memes, but like something emotive, emotions, emojis. Like, give me your feelings, give me your love. I want, like, this came from like my experience with what's it called, Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Oh.
So I wanted that sensation that chat can like project their will into the stream.
Yes.
And it's organic. Someone could like dropped a whole bunch of dumpies or troll faces. It was like my mom's like, Demon, what if they add like a bunch of troll faces or like dumpies or something sexual? I'm like, then so be it. It's gonna happen. That will be lore.
I think it's good though that I feel like everybody was very much I want to get to that part actually so we can see. But I thought the whole thing felt very wholesome. There they are. It was very uplifting.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's what I wanted. I wanted like I wrote down a script. I wanted to drive the emotion. Like, you're there. Go. Actually, part of my script was like we're gonna spirit bomb the hell. Like, we're gonna spirit bomb a hole through this reality. But I took that out because people found that funny, like during practice. So I took it out, and I figured, the idea of a spirit bomb for like Dragon Ball Z would make sense just based on the scene. I mean, I feel like it's a common trope in some action shows. Like you said, Sailor Moon. I thought Dragon Ball Z. There's probably some other show, maybe fucking My Little Pony. Where the idea that people like sending in their emotions to aid a hero with goodwill and stuff. Oh gosh,
this is like you our power.
Like something yes, through the power of emojis, and this was something I like dreamed up. Oh god,
it played out very well. I think. I literally can't even see any like stupid no-gasm emotes. Okay, well we've got this one guy, but that.
What guy?
This is the guy with the hands on his head. Oh.
That might be Tias the Grim. I don't know. I know he's like he's just freaking out. I mean, I would take any emotions, right? If someone put a dumpy, my reaction would go, "Oh, Isaac Dumpy. I like that guy.
Wow,
he's so funny.
What a dumpy. Wow. Damn,
what
this guy got a dumpy. He's so thick.
All these dumpies. Oh, they make me laugh. They make me.
Positive emotion.
Yes, positive emotions, right? I'd take anything.
I was ready. Look at this Pepe.
That's awesome. Lodge is absolutely losing her shit right there. Like, the music comes in, everything starts coming in. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Holy shit. Oh fuck. Okay. All right. God, it's a good vibe. So, like, of course, this is my background. Oh, by the way, that swirly galaxy thing? That was an idea given by who's the guy that you're making the 2D live for?
Oh,
he's like, could you put this in the background? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I put it in. He's like, see, I told you, I can put anything in the background.
That's so.
And he's like, that's cool. And I was like, and then I came back to it later, and I was going to practice the scene. I was like, huh, yeah, Zelos. Yeah, Zelos. So I was like, this actually works. I'll keep it.
It looks great.
Yeah. So, what were your thoughts when I said I was gonna go back in time? Full Monica.
Literally, I was just about to say. I was like, Umra. The inspiration. I got excited just because like anything Madoka, even slightly related, I'm like.
We went full Monica tier. Oh shit! I know, right? I was like, okay, so this wasn't an initial goal, but when I saw the opportunity, I was like, we gotta go for it. I'm gonna be the VTuber that does time travel on his debut.
Yes.
Time travel,
Amazing.
and not just time travel, but also being his alternate reality self.
It's too good.
Let's go. It's too. So the scene here, this is actually a composite of like this is my video editing skills on full force, and this is like the true power of PNG tubers right here. There's like 20 cuts, all seamlessly stitched together.
What? 20?
Do you want me to show you like a screenshot of like the video file?
If you
But he's
can
gonna take my
grab
word for
it, that would
I'll
be
see if I could.
awesome. If
Let me
it's too
see.
much of a hassle, don't worry about it.
It probably is not. It's probably okay. I got it. I'll just probably just pull up the file real quick, but don't wait for me. Let's just keep the video playing. So, what are your thoughts here? Like, what were you thinking?
When I saw this, I was like, which one is? Because obviously one of them is pre-recorded, but I was like, which one is? What is going on here exactly? I was so impressed by just like how you're able to talk to each other and have it just feel normal and natural.
Yep.
It's kind of awesome and also kind of just like I was watching this, I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Okay, so let me go ahead and try to get a snip of. I realized I moved a lot of files, so there's like a lot of red errors here. But anyway, let me see here. I'm just going and grab a screenshot. Snip. Gonna grab this. Right here. Boop, 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 boop. Gonna put in capture. Gonna send to cloverchibi. Clover the chibi.
That's me.
Here we
Holy
go.
smokes.
There you go.
Oh my god. Okay, we need to pull this up. Look at this. Look at these cuts.
Yeah, actually, I think there's a way for me to find out exactly how many cuts I made. 331.
Hell.
Yeah.
It's so seamless. I would have never ever guessed there's freaking 30 cuts.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah. So, the nice thing about PNG tubers is that they don't fucking move. They don't fucking move. I mean, like, seriously. Like, I had anchor points for when I was gonna move. So, like, I had at least four, but I might have had upwards to 8 different reliable locations in which every single cut is guaranteed to will have the avatar land on that.
Wow.
So, like, oh, I just need to go ahead and find the one frame in which my avatar perfectly syncs on the anchor point, and then boom, we got a point where we can like bend and warp time, which is ironic because this is also a time travel scene. It's
So cool.
So, which one's real?
I'm gonna guess. There's a part of me that feels like the obvious answer is Chuckle.
Which one's pre-recorded?
I think the pre-recorded one. I think the pre-recorded one is Demon.
Why is that?
I think that the pre-recorded one is Demon because you were obviously very emotional during the gameplay. Like, you got really into it. And then the scene prior is a very emotional scene. And I find it not hard to believe, but I think it would be very difficult to pre-record so much emotion. I think it would almost be easier to have this be the one that is actually live, because you're already like in the mindset. You're already in that really intense feeling. So I feel like it would be really it would be easier almost.
Okay, let me make it easier for you. None of them are real.
What?
They're both pre-recorded.
No. Are you serious? Wait, no.
Yes! 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 Yes, they're both pre-recorded.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yes. So, there's a one trick that very few people know how to do, and that's to pre-record with alpha layer.
Oh my god. I didn't even consider that.
No one ever does. Because it's actually really, really bad on your PC. It's really, really awful. Like, okay. 10 seconds is a gigabyte at this resolution and frame rate.
Wow. You must have a beefy computer.
Thank you.
A beefy computer.
Yes.
My computer can barely handle this stream right now. I can't even imagine. Like, I'm literally at a loss.
32 gigs of RAM.
32?
Yes.
That's bigger
Actually,
than some
using?
games.
Let me check how much RAM I'm using right now at this very second. I'm using 16.5 like gigabytes of RAM right now.
God.
Honestly, I think a portion of that is because of my avatar. Because you have to front load all of the... Actually, how much? Yeah, but anyway, that's not important. The important thing is, also notice how my character walks over chat. You know how like I also have the pre-recording also like on the monitor? That's for some little extra fun. But I was absolutely, I'm pounding the table on this. Absolutely wanted to get chat to be live in that scene.
Yeah, how?
Very clever use of chroma key.
Oh my god.
So what I did is that I pre-record. So I record the scene with green on the screens, and then I put the alpha layer on top of it.
Freaking genius.
Yeah, thank you.
I would have literally never thought. I would have been like, oh, I really wanted to have chat in the scene, but I just don't. It can't happen. It's not.
You pre-record with the green, and then you add chat under the entire. So the entire scene, everything under it. Chat isn't on top. It's actually chat is on the bottom layer.
That's insane. How did you think of that? Was that just like your own idea, or did someone like help you think of this?
I actually had to figure. I actually had to figure it out on my own.
Love the dancing.
Yeah. So that was part. So me getting chat, and like you know how like my avatar walked across the screen and over chat. That's like like I always like it's like, Demon, do you really have to do this? I'm like, yes, I have to do it. I need to be able to have chat, and I need to move my avatar over it in a pre-recording while chat is live. Why? Because this is the part where you have like the magic trick where chat where like having my avatar go over chat is like asking a member of the audience to see if like the floating chair is like actually floating. Like, hey, put your hand under the thing, right? You know, that's like chat verifying that what is the magic that is happening is real. And I want people to be genuinely confused and unsure whether or not what's happening in front of their eyes is pre-recorded. But you genuinely believed that it was live. At least half of it was. But everything here is pre-recorded. Everything.
What the hell?
It's all planned. Now, if you're probably wondering how I was able to act so well, I really had to dive into my emotions.
I was gonna say, like...
I really had to, like, be honest with myself. And, like, I wrote, like, a letter, like, to myself. And then, like, read it and then, like, chopped it down to make it, like, something shorter. And I was sort of, like... I want to say that the conversation was like, this is a letter writing to myself. Like, I was writing a letter from my future self to my past. Or, okay, actually, no. I was writing a letter of what the future me would say after the debut to my current me.
Wow.
Remember when I said that, like, Speckles the Lion felt like home? And I was, like, in that dark place? Well, I was writing from a letter from a place of hopefulness. I had to really... Because I pre-recorded this, I had to envision what kind of person I would be after the stream. This was a very cathartic moment. I had to... It's not like me confronting my past. It's me confronting my future. Or my future going out its way to in my past. But I had to, like, think about, what is a better version of me? What would a better version of me say to myself right here, right now, to make the future version of me come true? Which kind of lends to the theme song, which I'm listening to in the video right now. And the original name of the song is called, like, what was going to be like the future... What was it called? The future is in the making. Because that was like one of the phrases that I say to Demon before he's like, that's enough. But I wanted to add some more visual, like, symbolic meaning to it. Which is why this was renamed to a future, the future of a sunrise eclipse. It's like a brand new day, but it's an eclipse. It's dark. It's uncertain. But have you seen, like, I've seen pictures of a sunrise eclipse. Most of them are fake CGIs, but they're beautiful.
They are.
They're beautiful in concept, even. So it's like a really surreal, beautiful moment of expression. And what kind of was happening here in the scene was very much how I reacted listening to my theme song. Like, you know how he's like, yeah, right? I honestly when I got the version of the song, I was kind of expecting that's where the song would end. On a cliffhanger. And then from there, it'd be darkness. Bad moods, bad vibes, despair.
It's hopeful.
It gets hopeful because the artist actually forgot to add despair. But it wasn't what I asked for, but it's what I needed and wanted. And it was sort of like I wanted to bring I was revisiting that and trying to like bring that moment of listening to my theme song and thinking, God, my future's gonna be brighter. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Honestly, also it was complete accident that I left the emojis there because they never happened. But yeah, and here we are. This is another mind blow because I can't pull this effect off any other way. But so this scene was on top of the entire recording the entire time.
What?
Yes. You know how I got that feel that we're like zooming out? Or like we're pulling away,
Yeah.
right? Like if I just had a transparency, it just doesn't give the same feel like you're pulling through the mountains and stuff. And I need the black transparency. Or not a transparent, but like black background and then pull it in. And I needed to have that all in one scene, and I add like a fader in which as I zoom in or as I zoom out, I also lower the opacity. Oh wait, I raised the opacity at the same time. That gives the effect. And right here is just like, here we are. I told you the lore. The whole thing was a story.
Honestly, this when I went back to rewatch this moment, this is like when I started to get emotional. Well, I think it was like when we were listening to the song, I was like, oh man, this is really deep. I'm really feeling this. But then when you got to, forgive me, this is called the mindscape when you're here,
Yes.
right? When we got to the mindscape, I was like, that was extremely touching. Like I actually felt, you know, like not when you cry, but like you feel like you're like you have like a lump in your throat and you're like that.
Aww.
That's when we were here. I was like, that was so, like that was a journey. And the theme song, I think, was what really made it for me because as I was listening to it, it just sounded so. It gave me the same feeling like when I watched Madoka for the first time. Because the music, your song, reminded me a lot of the musical style that is in Madoka. And obviously Madoka is my favorite anime, and I always have feels for it. So as I was watching this and listening to the music, I was just like, it just brought back so many memories of that. And just also the story that you tell and how much work you put into this, I was just like, this is awesome. This is so awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh. That's wonderful. I'm not gonna cry. Thank you. That's exactly what I want to give to people.
Oh.
I fucking want to go full Monica on this shit, and like even Doki Doki, you know, just go real fucking hard. Oh god,
Bro, the music that you play like in your office, like near the beginning of the stream especially, I was like, this is just like Doki Doki.
oh.
Wow.
So, about the music, I mean so this is where it all comes together with the music and the inspiration for the debut. Okay, we're finally. God, it actually took the amount of time it took us to go and get this far is actually about the same. For reals. We could have just watched the debut. That's how long it took to get here.
Honestly, though, this is like
But this is a good deep dive.
You know what this is? This is just like when you get a DVD and there's two ways you can watch a movie. You can watch the movie or you can watch it with developer commentary or something. That's what this is.
Yo! Let's go! So, I'm so glad, Clover, that you got the feelings that you felt. That's what I wanted to give. I wanted someone to experience. I wanted to be the Madoka of VTubers I wanted to be the Doki Doki of VTubers. I wanted to be like VTuber deconstruction debut. I want to break it all apart.
You keep saying wanted. You are. Like, want is like a thing, yeah, but like, it's not want, it's you are. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not gonna cry. Okay. I think I say that. I think no way. Oh God, I did it. Oh shit.
You did do it. That's what I was saying, man. Like, literally everything about this is so. There's so much detail. It's so good.
It's so hard to believe that any of this is real. I actually did it. What the fuck?
You should be proud of yourself. Seriously.
This is so surreal. I got a headache. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I did it. Oh my. I'm sorry. We gotta keep moving.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Okay. I mean, I just kind of like really absorbing like the. Oh my God. I am the Monica of VTubers.
There you go.
I am the Doki Doki of VTubers. I did the deconstruction debut.
You did. It was the ultimate. It was like. It was. I feel like when people say like, "Oh, it was incredible," it was like fourth wall breaking. It's like this wasn't just like fourth wall breaking. This was like. I remember. This might. I don't know if this sounds like mean or something, but I remember there was a point like months before the debut. You tweeted something along the lines of like, my PNG tuber is going to break the boundaries of what a PNG tuber and a VTuber can be. And I read it and I was like, that's a bold statement. I don't like.
Yeah, show me.
Not that I'm in denial, but like, or that I'm like, yeah, right. But there's that part of me that's like, is it really? Or that. Like, are you just one of those?
I have nothing to show for it.
Like, I was like, I was like, are you? Is this like one of those things where it's like a booba tuber and they're like, my VTuber model is groundbreaking. This is crazy, you guys. And I'm just like, is it, or is it like, and you surpassed my expectations and more. Like literally, I can't tell you enough. You should be seriously proud of how everything turned out. Your face.
I am so not used to this praise. Oh God.
It's very good. Like the whole debut is very good. It's hard for me to watch some of it because of the content, obviously. But I'm also just like a very like weak person when it comes to stuff like that because I don't look at a lot of stuff like that.
It's a hard one. This game's hard.
The whole
give yourself a little credit on that.
The whole thing just comes together so nicely, and I love the story. I love the visuals. All of the visuals, I think, was the thing that blew me away the most, because I feel like people who don't stream, like, they'll watch this and be like, wow, this is really cool. I haven't seen a stream like this. But as someone who does stream, I look at, like, the technical side of things, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, how did he do that? How is that, like, is it a, how?
You know what? I'm easy. You know, it's easier for me to take in technical praise. I think I'd say that's Demon just going, hell yeah. But like, I guess it's emotional praise, like the emotion stuff. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to take that in. You know? It's all. I really did it.
Also, just so you know, I'm definitely playing your song right now.
Oh, wait, you are? Let me see.
What is this?
Oh,
Good song. Good music.
it's so good. I mean, I should I? I guess we could talk over it. Wait, let me. It's a summary of the debut. I had this idea of what was it? Happy, and then the twist,
Yeah, let's go.
and then we got the action.
It all encompasses
epicness.
everything really well. Like, you can tell your artist, like the musician, had a very clear idea of what they wanted to do with it. And I think that your story must have really, like, inspired them, because this doesn't sound like, this song does not just sound like something that someone, like, if you went on Fiverr and you found like a really good musician or artist or something and you asked them to commission something, I don't think it would come out nearly as perfect
So cool.
as this. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously we're inspired. Like, they looked at your story and your concept and they were like, this, I know what I want to do with this.
Oh, they digged it. They loved it. They're like, this is different.
I love
You
this
want
part of the song.
cinematic?
So good.
Yeah.
Bow, bow. Mischievous, hopeful, dramatic, all-encompassing. Yeah! Look at this. This is fucking epic. Look at, oh, this is so cool. It was so dramatic.
Cool part.
I loved it. I love every moment of this. We just take a moment to appreciate the epic. God. Yeah! That was me when I saw this. Yeah!
Let's go.
Ah!
Oh, I like this part too.
The whole thing's so good. I love
Oh man, it really is. It really is a summary of the debut, and like I had this all planned out. You know, actually, a story about the song was that it was Christmas. It was a shitty Christmas. I was working that day. I mean, it was just like, yeah, whatever. I was having some problems on the internet with family. I remember coming home. The leftovers weren't good. I was just like, felt lonely. And then the song came.
Here we are today.
It brightened my day. And then by the end of the week, it's like Christmas came late, but doubled. It was beautiful. Oh my god, I was so happy. I think the song really changed my outlook on how to approach debut. And also myself. I wrote in a few letters to the artist just saying thank you for making something that was genuinely beautiful and making me happy. And I think that really inspired them. Honestly, I think since they quit their main job and actually they're just making music full time now.
What?
I think.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
At the rate that they're going, they keep making more music. I'm not sure if they actually quit, but it's like the guy just normally works on the weekends, but he's making music regularly. It makes me really happy that, you know, I funded him. Gosh, let's give a shout out to him.
Yes, give a shout out. What's their name?
Ciara Fenvula. I think I got. Hold
Oh,
on.
can you put it in? Can you put it in?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Awesome.
I just need a moment.
I think if I ever commission somebody for like a theme song or background music or anything, I will look at that music, because I was beyond impressed with everything I heard. It's so good. And the album, it's on Spotify. It's on Spotify. Go listen. Should put the Spotify link in too.
Okay, that's easy enough for me to do. Let me go in. So I had that very fast on the ready.
It's so good.
Every opportunity I can.
Plug it, plug it, plug it.
There we go.
Oh, we should plug DJ Thunderheart too.
Ah, okay.
Plug the artist. Especially we're coming to a wrap here. I want to plug. Oh my god, it's literally. I love this image so much. So
That's
good.
the album cover.
It's so good. Really great art.
The detail with the eyes was something I did like the week of.
I love it. I love
I'm
that.
so glad I did. People loved it. I'm so glad.
It was awesome.
Man.
I like noticed that. I was like, what? Huh? Nani? The detail. It's all the detail.
So that's DJ. Let's see. What else is here? Ah, here we go.
Koala says they love the chat reflection too. It's so good.
God. I don't think. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna be able to top this for very. I don't even coming close. How do you even? How do you? I don't even know when I'm gonna come close to this. That's like. And I'm thinking the next time I do this, anything this big, I'm not gonna keep secrets. I'm gonna have like a spoiler, like chat room, where like people can either help out, it's like give suggestions, but it's like this needed to be a secret in order to give out the hit that it needed.
I agree completely. I think if you had spoiled it, I don't know if so many people would have come to see even.
I just know it wouldn't have the same impact. Like, Nibble fucking freaked out when he found out I played Spec Ops: The Line. It was like, no, this is the last game I expect anyone to play for their debut. Like, it's so innocuous. It's so like inconsequential in terms of its presentation. Like, why would you ever play this like Call of Duty clone? Like this Gears of War Call of Duty clone. This like no one knows about this. Why would anyone care? And like I think it must have been like at least four people. Like, what game is this?
I didn't know what game it was.
Like, most people don't know. It's perfect. I can't tell people about the Magical Boy stuff. Because it would lose its effect. I can't tell people how I was gonna end the stream because that would lose its effect. Everything about it, you only got one shot. There's nothing. I think afterwards, if I were to come back, it just has to be. I would want chat in on it. Speaking of chat in on it, I'm thinking maybe for an anniversary. Because this was such an elaborate project, so detailed, and it is a performance, re-debut wouldn't be a thing. I would call it debut encore.
Oh, that is a badass name. It'd be like a part 2.
No, it's not a part 2. It's just it was so good. We just wanted the exact same thing untouched. Don't don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with the formula. Just have it exactly the same.
On your anniversary, we should get an anime opening, like a TV-sized version of your theme with like a little animation.
Yo, like, the reason why I would want like chat in on it and like get an audience for like future projects that are like about this big or this magnitude is that people will be like, this is what I did with my own money. Now imagine what if I did it with someone else's money.
Hell yeah!
It's like, hey chat, I got an idea, but I need money. And like, yo, we seen what you did with like your budget. Go for it. I'm not there yet. I don't have an inspiration just yet. But like, for an encore, right? I'll be like, okay chat, we gotta pretend that this is the first time we've seen this. Like, let's just pretend, like now at that point, because at that point, chat is no longer just an audience; they're a participant. You get me?
I get you. And
They're part.
we can all together ask you what your wish would be. All of the audience involved scenes would be even more like new viewers would be like, what's happening? Why does everybody know what to say? Like what's going on?
Yeah, we'll create like some kind of hive mind of like like audience, and then like people who it's like yo come. We'll just pretend as a debut. Like it's like it'd be like a whole. We go full ARG on this. Full
Ooh.
ARG. We go ahead and like, yo, the greatest VTuber debut is about to happen. And like, this guy's been streaming for like a whole year. What the fuck? Like, this guy's been streaming for 2 whole years. What do you mean this is a debut? And it's like, I unpublish all my VODs and pretend that it's like my first time.
But now we get some people to draw like fan art, like really cutesy fan art, and be like, oh, my fave streamer, DEMONCHUCKLE, is having their debut. They're doing a big event.
Yeah,
just trick everyone into coming.
Yes. And then it's like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? Why? Oh my god, Chuckle! Oh no! Oh yeah, we just all play the part, and we all just react and just lose our shit collectively.
It'll be just like when I found Madoka. It'll be like, whoa, what's this cute fan art of this magical girl? This is so interesting. I have to check out the source. And then you check out the source. And you die.
Oh man. Oh my god. Yes. Now you get to be part of the show. Yes.
I just had an idea.
What?
Re-debut. Oh my god. Okay. Wait. The debut happens, but it's an alternate timeline. The ending is different.
Honestly, so, okay. I mean, Spec Ops The Line actually has alternative endings, so it's possible. There's actually, let me see, there's 1. So we did 1, and there's 2, 3. So there's like 3 other endings.
Is there a bad ending?
We did the bad ending, technically.
Oh, I was thinking, I was like, what if, I don't know.
But actually, no, it's debatable. It's arguably either the best ending or the worst ending.
Oh.
So if you want to know the polar opposite ending, that would be surviving and then killing everyone again.
Oh.
So like you survive, and then a rescue party comes and you can kill the rescue party.
Oh.
Or another ending is that the rescue party, you try to kill the rescue party and they kill you and you die. And there's the rescue party comes and you submit your weapon.
Oh.
So I can technically do this for like 3 more years.
What if every alternate ending or timeline, you take your theme song and you change part of it?
I could, right? I mean, we could. I mean, it's. Here's the thing. I can just say I'm doing an encore, and we just have it exactly the same, or I could lie and actually change something.
You change
Without
like
telling anyone.
the people who watch the first one, they'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen this, and then you do something different, and they're like, what? Did that happen the first time? What? Because then you'd get people who go back and watch the
Well, to
first
be fair,
one.
let's be real here. Not everyone's watching the VOD.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So a couple of ideal scenarios would be that I can truncate it, or make it smaller or faster. I mean, for the debut, the length isn't needed to have maximum impact. Otherwise, it's summary. I needed to go ahead and drag everyone through it. There's no other way to really have that descent. I mean, it's a 6-hour game, right? So that's 2 hours. So every 2 hours is a completely different vibe, if you think about it. And it kind of fits in nicely into a stream. So technically, it's every 2 hours, it's essentially a separate stream. Now, I could make a video game based on it. It's totally possible.
That would be awesome.
But that would take a lot of work, but it's totally possible. But I think the next thing, I'll tell you an idea right now. I don't mind spoiling it because at this point in time, like, I'm kind of done with spoilers, right? So, I had an idea for a 3D model.
Ooh.
And you know, when you shoot, if you decide to shoot Conrad, the glass shatters. Like, you're actually pointing at a mirror. And it's like a shattering of reality. Now, I have thought about adding my PNG tuber and having them talk to themselves, or even like doing like an animatic and voiceover of that exact scene with like Demon pointing the gun at Chuckle, and Chuckle pointing the gun at Demon, and having an animatic like that. So that's another idea. But another one would be like if Chuckle's here. Well, if you shoot Conrad, Martin says, "Stronger than you were," which works well with like Chuckle saying, "I'm stronger than you." Of course, it's not really. It's very. There's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of aggression. But what if this? What if instead we, when he shoots the glass, 3D Chuckle busts out and then grabs PNG Demon, and he goes. Something like that. I don't know. This is on the level of Demon like coming back and then meeting CLOVERchibi angel form, and she's like, "This is your true purpose," and then like, "Oh hell," this is the hell route, like meme, Doom music meme. It's on that level. It's not really well thought out, but there's something.
I would be honored to be an angelic voice for you. I think it's really funny that you say that, because I've always thought that my voice was very like manly. My like, this is like something my mom, she used to tell. I used to have like a really high pitched voice when I was a kid apparently, and my mom thought it was annoying, so she told me, use your big girl voice. So I used to just talk really loud and like deep when I was a kid, and I feel like it's made my voice very strange. It's like a weird, I don't know. So like to have you say like, "Oh, I need a nice voice like Clover," I'm like, Annie, really? Me? I would be honored.
Interesting. Well, I think so. The idea, I think, to answer one of the first questions you had, which was, what inspired this? What got this whole idea? I simply wanted to make the perfect debut for me. I wanted a magical boy. I wanted to watch somebody who no one expected to become a magical boy. I wanted an outrageous ending something, and the craziest thing I can think of was like killing off a character, killing off your VTuber. But as I went along, as things started pulling together, and as I said, I wanted to create a place to direct my self-loathing. I started, like, it's literally the entire inspiration is the meta story of my experience in developing my VTuber. This is so meta that the story is actually the meta. The inspiration is the meta. Does that make sense? The process of me figuring out my VTuber was the inspiration of figuring out my VTuber.
That's insane. I love that.
So here's the question. Here's the big question that I like to pose to you to see if you figured it out. So you got Demon. He's me. And Chuckle is also me. What is the relationship between the two? Like, what are they really?
I would say, in my opinion,
Like what is Chuckle to Demon? What is Demon to Chuckle?
I'd look at it like almost like a yin and yang type of thing. Or because I think without each other, if Demon didn't have Chuckle, I think Demon would be lonely, but also maybe kind of crazy.
Okay. So you didn't quite get it, but I mean, that's a common perspective. So do you want me to blow your mind, or do you still want to figure it out?
Blow my mind. Do it.
Okay. So I'll give you something. You have this. You have this.
Oh?
It's the same the relationship that Demon has with Chuckle is the same relationship that you have while you stream. It's the same relationship you have with yourself while you stream.
Elaborate.
Okay. There's really no other way to go around it. It's the same relationship you have with your avatar.
Oh. It's like another you. Another side of yourself? A you
Yeah.
you want to be?
Yes. But what is this? What is the avatar?
It's
There's a name for it.
I keep wanting to say some sort of self-reflection or a persona? Maybe?
That also works. But it's very specific. It's very, very specific.
Tell me the word.
I'll give you another hint. It starts with a little V.
A V? VTuber. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. No, actually, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah! Back to me!
The relationship that Demon has with Chuckle is that Chuckle is Demon's VTuber.
Based.
Your expression is so beautiful. Oh god. Oh god. So clip it, please. Please. Please clip it for me. I want to put that on a USB. Oh shit. Anyway. Oh my god. But yes, it's true. So this is sort of like what you think it is also, again, not what it really is. It's not yin and yang. It's a streamer and his VTuber. That's the inspiration.
So you are a streamer.
I
Streaming
am a
as
streamer
a
as
streamer
myself.
playing a
Yes.
VTuber.
Yes! Yes! I am a streamer streaming as a streamer. Streaming a VTuber. My VTuber is a VTuber streaming his own VTuber.
The layers. There's the layers. I love it.
It's like an onion. Yes, thank you. The layers. Oh
I
god.
love it. It's amazing.
Here's the question. So that leaves a lot of interesting ramifications. Either Demon's the most powerful VTuber there is, or the weakest. Is either he has godlike reality-bending powers, or he's just a dude. He's just a dude.
I would say that Demon.
Because if you look at it from like Chuckle's point of view, Demon's a god. A dark, self-loathing god. And he's it's oh god, I also realized it's sort of religious too. It's sort of like this wait a second. Could this mean that Jesus is God's VTuber?
Don't even say that.
Like Jesus is God's avatar. They're the same person.
Koala just
I mean,
says Demon.
like they're one and the same person.
I don't want to
There's
get
the
into the
Trinity.
logistics of this because literally I hate that you said that because now I'm envisioning like I don't know if this is sacrilegious. I'm envisioning like
I've already crossed the line.
anime Jesus, but like with a fucking epic outfit, like not like you know what I mean, like epic anime outfit. I hate this.
Yes. Oh man. But okay, but going back though. So like from Chuckle's point of view, it's he never really it's not like he split. It's like there's a timeline diversion, there's a reality. It's all strange. It's questionable. It's the kind of uncertainty I want. And everything here just there are multiple things. There's multiple layers. Chuckle is an incredibly powerful character, but might also simultaneously be the weakest character. I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. The rule is that Demon's on a higher plane of reality. That's it. But the inspiration, like, is really much that. It's a story about the relationship between me and my VTuber, a relationship between me and myself, a relationship between my past and my future.
Extremely touching.
This whole thing. Oh, don't talk about the touching. Oh, okay, but this has been this whole experience. Like, did you get my tweet, my twit longer?
I did. I did not read admittedly, I skimmed it, but that's because I was at work.
Understandable. I mean, I really mean it when I had this incredible sense of, like, relief, catharsis, and genuine happiness. This whole year has been sort of like an emotional analysis of myself. And I'm so much better for it. It's great. I'm so glad that you got so much out of it, Clover. I can tell that you find it very inspirational.
I do.
I want to. I'm really serious. I'm really fucking serious when I say I want to help like get that inspiration to rolling. You do a lot of good things. You got skill. Just man, you get I'm blushing too. Never broke blushing. Oh shit.
Are we having a wholesome moment?
Maybe.
I appreciate you and your words a lot. I think
You-
I'm very glad that I could have you on here and have you kind of explain all the fun details about your debut, just because I liked it so much. Like, I found so much just inspiration from it. It made me be like, I want to be this creative. I want to break boundaries, and I want to really... It just made me like realize like how much is untouched in kind of the realm of VTubing and streaming in general, and it really inspired me in a lot of ways. And so to have you come on here and explain things, and not just like talk about behind the scenes stuff, but like what inspired you, and it was very I'm very thankful for it. I'm very thankful that you wanted to be on here and that we could have these conversations about.
Oh my god. You're welcome. Yeah, that's very... I think that also kind of relates to a question you had a while back about, I think you mentioned me in the DMs about the VTuber, what I think about the VTuber community. Yes, I think that was something you're interested in. We're having a wholesome moment. Oh gosh. And maybe it's because I was gonna say that, well, it's a choice of words that you've been using about describing other VTubers and debuts and stuff, about like formulaic and ideas, and just kind of, I feel like you want to say like things are kind of run the mill. Like, no one's, when VTuber was exploding last year, people were trying a lot of different things, but now it's like, oh yeah, this is how it works, this is what you do. But those rules were not established, they're not there, they don't even exist. They're just something that we created in our minds. It's just, what it really is just a template.
That's a really good way to put it.
It's just a template. And the template was something that I was like, hey, I had a template. And over time I thought, I could break this. I can do something with it. This is what people expect. This would be all right, this is what people expect. How do I make it me? Everything down to just simply just revealing my model. Everything down to promotion. Don't show the model. Just have audio. And like blinking lights and stuff. The music. Just like, it's just, you don't have to do any of it. You can just do it your own way. People just need a framework. You can work around it or within it.
But Chuckle, if you get 10 likes on this post, I'll show you guys my feet. If they get 1,000 likes, I'll show you my torso.
Why don't you show the feet first, and then I decide if I like it?
Exactly. Wrong one.
It's like that. I thought about doing something like that, even post debut, where it's like, hey guys, I got a new model. If this post gets 1 like, I'll show you my model. And then I like it, and then I show my model.
And then people could see who liked it. It says you liked your own post.
You know, I should just do it anyway.
Do it like right after this. Genuinely.
Do it? Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
I'll do it. Should I show like the magical boy or like
Yes,
which
yes.
one?
Magical.
Okay.
Do the
Perfect.
chuckle.
All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Anything for you, darling.
Amazing. Well, on that note, we are at time. Does anybody in the chat have any questions before we wrap up? I want to make sure that I haven't addressed the chat very much. And at the beginning of the stream, nobody really had any questions. But we've covered the debut, you guys. We've delved into it. We've experienced it with our own eyes. Does anybody have any lingering thought, or even just like comments you want to make? Like, this is the opportune time for discussion. Look at this.
Yeah,
Look at this boy. Look at this man. Do you have any questions for his floofy ears to hear? Do you have any questions? Do you want to pull his little hairs? No, of course you don't. That would be rude. What are your guys' thoughts? I know Starfound asked a question, but they asked it earlier, and I didn't read it, and I felt bad. They asked, Demon, if a cat tried to eat you, would you freak out?
Yeah. I think that happens regularly. My parents got a cat recently,
No.
but my dad's been playing with it using his bare hands, and it doesn't bother him because his hand. He's an auto he's an auto mechanic, so he's got like really heavily calloused hands.
Oh.
So no matter how much the cat tries to like attack his hands, I don't think he really feels it.
Love that.
So when I go to pet it, it kind of like tries to eat me.
So you've experienced this IRL. You've had this experience.
Yeah. Although I was like, Dad, you really gotta stop playing the cat with your bare hands. Start using toys. So the cat's kind of calmed down now. But yeah, would I forget? Yes. It's like, you know,
Aw.
teeth and claws kind of hurt.
Wallace says, I don't have a question. I just want to say this is genuinely the best debut I've ever seen. And I'm so happy I got to help out with it.
Thank
Well,
you.
love heart.
I'm so glad everyone was excited about it, and I'm so glad to go and actually feature it. Oh man, it. Just trying to take it in. I think it might even take a whole year before I really absorb what I actually done. Maybe it might even take the encore for me to really realize it. But that's okay, because it really is great. It really was that great. Holy shit.
Awesome.
You know, we actually still have other topics to bring up now.
I
mean,
know,
now we're done with this. We got magical girls, we got FPS games. What else we got on the list?
I think,
That's kind of it.
we touched on the music. I think we could technically talk about it more, but you know,
No, the music's kind of done. I
Got
can
that.
probably explain the, like. Okay, fine. I could say this under a breath. Inspiration for music. Monica, Nier, specifically Nier Automata, written by what was his name? By a very specific musician. The one who made Glory to Mankind. That guy. He made that album. And then what was there? Oh, Tenant. There's a whole every single asset in this on my stream that was commissioned by someone has like has a PowerPoint presentation of detail.
we love it. We love to see it.
But I think that's stuff I can actually talk about on my own stream at this point. I think just getting into the technical stuff about the debut itself were stuff that those were things you were specifically interested in. You were specifically interested in the process and the debut and being able to freely ask the questions that you wanted and how it went. As for, I think at this point now I think I still had the same feeling walking away from the debut like I did on the debut. I guess this is now the part we play video games.
Oh yeah, I should talk about that actually. If nobody else has any questions, I want to make a few announcements before we like do a wrap up. We have not decided on a date yet, and I think there's still some pre-planning we have to do. But since Demon has been so lovely to come on my channel and do this interview, we also want to do a collab on his channel. And some of you probably know we've talked about this. I like to say that I am bad at shooters. I really do not play any shooters anymore, like at all.
Lies.
I mean, I can't.
I saw the numbers. That's a conversation.
That's a conversation.
Those are tortured numbers. Those are tortured numbers. I saw a story. You are a champ.
We will talk about that. I feel like that is a fun thing that we can bring up. Basically, okay. Chuckle is going to play first-person shooters with me and basically turn me into an epic gamer. I'm finally gonna get my gamer card and be proud of it. And
my goal is to shatter that self-doubt that you have within yourself and then realize that you have potential. Being good is another thing.
It's gonna be awesome. We don't know when it's gonna happen yet. We don't have a date. We'll obviously still have to figure some things out. I'll probably have to do some tests and see like what my computer can run realistically. And yeah, it's gonna be good. It's going to be very fun. So look forward to that and keep an eye out for some notifications about that and announcements. Anything else to say? I don't think I have anything else to say. I think that's the only thing I wanted to announce. Chuckle, do you have any final thoughts? Do you have what? Speak for yourself.
I kind of feel like, I mean, no offense, but I kind of feel like this stream was more like work, in a sense. We really drilled down to this. We really tried to, squeeze out what we could, and it's satisfying. Very different stream to what we had last time, but very, very clear, very straight to the point. And we got into some heavy stuff. It was good. I look forward to doing more collabs with you, and even just part of me is somewhat relieved that we don't really need to talk about the debut anymore.
We got
just because there's just so many conversations that we can get into, more free flowing. I'm almost somewhat thinking that maybe we should do. Well, we'll talk about this after. But it's been so good. It's been so good. I keep doing this face.
The good face.
It's been so good, Clover. I think your compliments and your intrigue and how much you value the work I did really helps me. I think I realized after the debut and remember someone else was playing my game, I realized just how little I appreciate myself. And having you being able to appreciate me makes me realize that I need to give myself more credit. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clover.
You are so welcome. And in reference to us kind of getting down to business, in the wise words of my favorite magical boy, we have work to do. We have work to do. And we did it. And now
Yes.
we've got our happy ending.
Ah, that's wonderful.
Well, that
Now we
being
would just wait for
said-
the sweet embrace of death.
Dead? Oh. Oh.
No, just kidding.
Goodbye.
Clover. Actually, I think we got one last very important question.
Oh.
Something that maybe perhaps you want to experiment with.
Hmm.
So, you want to know my magical abilities, right?
Yes.
So, you know what I'm thinking, right? Okay, hold up.
Do I? Do I know?
But before that, let me go and get a list. So, I've been thinking about what the kind of abilities I have. Like, there's checkpoint magic. There's like gun affinity. There's what's it there?
Gun affinity, you say?
Yes, like I can pick up any weapon, apparently, and like I would know how to use it. I guess I had like some foresight with limited capacity. Planar shifting. Although Demon has his own abilities. I can also like resurrect myself. In a sense.
Oh?
Of course, there's time travel.
You can resurrect yourself, you say?
Yes.
Are you
I
invincible
have enough-
to guns?
I wouldn't say that I. What was going on?
Goodbye.
What are you doing?
Hog. Well, everyone, I hope you all had fun. We'll see you next time. Right, Chuckle? That's what we like to
Yeah,
hear.
pretty much.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. And I love you. Honey.